Everybody, you are looking at a broken, defeated man right now. How does that feel? How does that feel, Barry?
I feel good. I'm glad the onus is on you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad because you guys obviously came all the way out here, and the show must go on. It's
came all the way out here. It's only 20 minutes.
Okay,
it's not bad.
We get paid overtime, right?
There's no pay, unfortunately. This is what we like to call in the business a loss leader.
Pro bono.
Pro bono,
yeah,
correct. All right, we're back, everybody. I don't know if it's choppy. If it is, we couldn't find an Ethernet cable. It looks good now. Oh, so maybe it's the 7200 bit rate that I randomly selected. Magic number, 7200. Some people think it should have been 8800, if you know what I mean. But, all right, we're back. It's our, you know what? Maybe the Menorah's cursing us.
Get that off the fucking
You
table.
think it's the Menorah?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we never had these problems.
Although, imagine now it starts happening after that. The Menorah was here, by the way, when I got here, just to clear things up.
Well, that's what they say about
I'm
Menorahs.
not trying to secretly make everybody Jewish.
I don't know why getting rid of a Jewish symbol wouldn't help hurt us as entertainers.
I mean, it hasn't helped me. Let me tell you, it is not helping me. But has your Judaism helped you in the entertainment industry, Barry?
I try not to talk about it.
All right. All right. Well, we're back. We're back. Thank you very much for joining the Bathhouse. If you're watching the replay, we had all these tech issues.
Yeah.
That caused us. This is third time's a charm, as they say. And if it doesn't look good, then although it seems like it is looking good, so
yeah, it flows now.
Yeah, it flows.
It flows.
It's flowing.
It entered the flow state.
Poison says typical Jews not paying the workers. Thank you, Poison 5053. Yeah,
that's right.
Usually there needs to be
that is a super chat
some,
too. So we are technically entitled to 50 cents.
50 cents, except for that YouTube takes 30% of that.
So that's actually only the Menorah on the table.
It's only $1.40.
Jesus Christ!
I will hold on.
Is Susan Wojcicki? Is she part of the tribe?
I think she died. Oh no, that was her. Hold on. Yeah, she probably is. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
There
Listen
you
to that.
go.
That's cold hard cash hitting the table.
I only have 6 cents for Doug.
Oh, but this is a rare penny.
You know what? I found a quarter the other day, and I go, "This quarter feels weird." And then it was one of those silver quarters. It's actually worth like $9.
Really?
You know, there's quarters that are worth $9.
Wow.
This isn't a silver quarter.
Yeah, no. Literally, if you ever have, they're like pre 1963. I want to say
because it felt,
you know what it was. I had a vending machine in my building, and I was trying to buy some Oreos, and it wouldn't take. It wouldn't shut up, and it wouldn't take.
He has to eat them in private. That's why he doesn't have
it was
in his
for
apartment.
my wife. My fat wife wanted them, and it wouldn't take the quarter. And then I'm like, this quarter feels different from all the other quarters.
Look at the coin
Barry.
What year is that?
This
that
is
wow.
a 50 cent. Oh, what?
No, that's a whole dollar.
This isn't real.
What year is that?
1796.
Yeah.
Is it the year you were born? Did you get this as a gift? The year you were born?
It has Washington's blood on it.
Do you carry this all the time with you?
Yes.
This can't be real. This is actually from 1796? No,
yes.
No way.
This is actually a Roman coin. They found this in Jesus' pocket.
What country is this from? Barry Ribs is a giant
U.S. dollar 1700s.
Yeah. That's a full
Really?
dollar.
There's look at that. A silver dollar from 1796.
Look who's on it.
Where'd
Rosa
you get this
Parks.
from?
Do you want to know
That
the
is
truth,
some
or should I
racism.
just make it seem
Well,
like
the truth is, I would guess it's fake because it looks like in way too good condition.
That was
to
probably
be
used to buy
as old as the United States.
That was probably used to buy a black person.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Most likely.
I don't think you got a full one for that, Pop. But what is that?
Let me tell you something.
Well, let's hear the story, Barry, and then the phone lines.
Simply put,
Yeah.
some dude
Uh-oh.
was around town in Jersey, and he sold me this for $60.
Uh-oh.
And I should have known better that this was probably fake as a mother.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to curse?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like
Let
a
it
motherfucker.
Let it fly. So you paid $60 for that.
$60.
Just drops the N-bomb.
For a 17.
And the crazy thing is, my father was an expert on...
He was a numismatist.
Exactly.
Wow.
And he would be ashamed of me for getting ripped off. But It's in my pocket in memory of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his shame. In
Yeah.
memory of
and
his
his
shame.
disappointment. Every time I look at this coin, I remember
Yeah,
how
that
mad
looks a little-
I got him.
He
was
can get
gonna
the
say
same
the
feeling
ki-
from looking in the mirror.
Exactly.
$60, man. I got ripped.
What was
$60 in
Okay,
what?
I have a
in
couple.
what year?
I have a couple questions, and then we'll answer some calls. First off, did it look brand new when you got
No,
it?
the same.
Because that looks pretty new.
Yeah.
That looks newer than this quarter from like 2008.
This thing here is. It looks the same. I got this maybe.
I mean, the edges, the ridges aren't clipped. This can't be from 1796.
Oh, so he did get ripped off.
Why do you know so much about the make of coins?
Because he's
Yeah,
Jewish.
I know.
Exactly.
I have a
This
certain
is
audience.
not the real coin.
I have a certain audience.
This
Yo,
one
that's
does.
So
that
the
is a good
ridges-
point. That the edges still look kind of
Yeah.
newish.
Exactly. If
So,
that-
Barry, how did this transaction play out? Explain, paint the picture. So you're walking around where Midtown?
I was in my favorite coffee steakhouse in New Jersey. And
New
the dude
Jersey?
walked in
Coffee
with
steak.
an
Jesus
assortment.
Christ.
Coffee
Yeah.
shop
Coffee
slash
steakhouse.
steakhouse?
That is a very New Jersey thing.
Yeah, I'll have the ribeye and the
Yeah.
donut.
Barry has a reputation of being long-winded, and you're really kind of helping me be real
Okay.
long-winded.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to the caller so I can hang up on
Yeah,
those
yeah.
motherfuckers.
Right. So anyway, so
We have a real
So you're
meniscus
sitting in a
test.
coffee shop slash steakhouse. A man just walks up to you.
Yeah, and he had a bunch. He had a variety of stuff. And
Coins.
yeah,
What do you look like?
yo, then
Sounds Puerto
I'll be
Rican.
considered racist.
Well, that says more than
Yeah.
enough, Barry.
We get
You
it.
said
Yeah.
enough.
Last name could have been Gutierrez.
and I'm wearing my DL Hughley
No,
shirt.
so it wasn't Gutierrez. We
No,
know.
it was not. It was,
Okay.
it was Smith.
So a man of
You sound like a bad detective. You
Oh,
know
that
that?
can't
You're
be
supposed
the-
to lead me on better.
a man that can't be described of his race, but we have an idea. Comes
Yeah.
to you. He goes, "I got a bunch of shit. Do you want this dollar from 1796?"
Then right after that, I got
Did you
an 8-track
negotiate with him
player.
at all? Was that his
No,
opening
I-
price?
I think I jumped on it, but then I said, Barry, come on, you're a son of a numismatist, right?
Numismatist.
Numismatist.
Yes.
Numismatist.
I
You
tore
got
my
it.
meniscus
A
once.
numismatist. Barry, you got to know that $60 it's stolen or fake.
Well, who cares if it's stolen?
Yeah, stolen doesn't
I mean, you
matter.
obviously knew it was
Yeah.
probably stolen.
I mean, a Picasso could be stolen, but it's still a Picasso.
was this guy homeless, unhoused?
I didn't really check him
Like,
out.
was he wearing a nice suit?
I don't.
It was a gold
Was he
suit.
wearing a matching FUBU
If he was-
outfit?
You're a bad detective.
And a
you know
furry
that, Danny?
hat.
A bad detective.
Did he have a wave cap on?
Yeah. Did he have the tongue outside of his jeans?
Was he wearing
So anyway-
Crocs with little
Yeah.
stickers on them?
Yeah.
Did his hat say Kangle?
Okay, so anyway, so you got what year was this that you purchased that?
I bought it between. I got ripped off.
We
Yeah.
can tell.
I didn't.
yeah,
well,
we-
I didn't buy it. I got ripped off 2 to 5 years ago.
2 to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, if you're out there and any man doesn't
Oh, by
matter.
the way, wait
yeah.
a minute! I got the best part.
Yeah.
When you get older, James, you know, you like your memory gets a little fucked up.
Yeah.
He approached me again like a year later. I said, "Dude, we've met before."
Yeah.
What was he
Remember
trying to sell you this?
You already
time?
told me this.
I had a batch of coins again.
Oh, you had more coins. What were
Yeah.
the other coins?
Huh?
What were the?
I'm not sure, but I think they were like. Who mentioned a quarter for $9? Blah blah.
Yeah, yeah.
He may have had.
No,
an
that's
assortment.
real though. Any quarter before, because again, back to my story about the quarter. So this quarter, the machine wouldn't accept it, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then I was looking at it, and compared to the other quarters, it was like the weight of it was different. But so they used to use actual silver.
Yeah.
In American quarters,
And the machine won't take it.
the machine won't take it.
Wow.
And I don't even know where this quarter is, to be honest. I was like, I stashed it away, but then I don't even remember. This was probably a couple months ago. And then I Googled it, and then it said that quarters before a certain year are made of silver.
Yes.
Yeah, and
And-
it doesn't read the ridges on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the little.
Oh, I think
index.
the weight's the problem.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
say
weight.
these things. You know, you've seen the back of the penny.
Oh, a
You
Jew,
see
the
saving, a
fuck?
Jew saving pennies.
Dude, how do you have all these?
1930 penny. There you go.
Yeah.
This is real.
Yeah, that's a real.
That's probably worth 3 cents right there.
Yeah.
And you know, there's an app that you can put the coin, and it'll tell you how much it's worth. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What does the app say for your silver dollar?
Why would I know this?
I didn't check.
Oh, you should check to see what the silver dollar's worth.
I don't want anybody else to know that I'm
Imagine
a fucking
it's just
loser.
like $400,000.
Yeah.
What a steal.
If
Here's
you
my
want to
$half with JFK's head on it. Only half. Get it?
Brookings,
Hello.
Brookings Brown says, ask Barry what the Dust Bowl was like as a teenager. I don't like this ageism.
We can't hang up or anything.
No, anyways, just all you need to know, James, is that you can hang up on anybody for any reason, and then just don't read their names off.
I'll do my best to
Let's take a call.
to
Let's take
suffer.
a call. We fucked around long enough. Hello. You're on the.
Got to lower the
Bathhouse.
radio. Radio.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, did removing that Jew ornament make the stream work all
Actually,
of a
it
sudden?
did.
Well, it was
Yeah.
working when I removed it, but
Yeah.
just to be safe, we had to remove
It's called Jewish, dude.
this menorah.
Yeah.
What is that giant ring on your
Yeah.
finger? Is that a state championship ring?
Yes.
Is it really?
No,
Oh.
it's actually really annoying me because I've gotten like 8 people to be like, "Yo, is that a class ring?" I'm like, "I spent $120 to look like a douchebag."
Man, this show is just everybody just exposing the times they've been scammed. Huh?
Yeah.
I still have my Letterman jacket. I can't wear my ring without it.
What's up, Slav? How's it going, dude?
It's going good. So last week y'all were talking about fishing.
I wasn't here.
There was no
And-
show last week.
Oh, I mean, not last week, the week before
2
that.
weeks ago. Sure, fishing. Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all talking about how, like, that's like one market Jews haven't infiltrated.
Is the
I got
fishing
some bad
market?
news, bro.
Oh, they have.
Sure.
Well,
The fishing lures.
The fish market.
Yeah.
The fishing lures.
Who do you
There's
think selling you
definitely
snow?
some Jews
Well, I mean-
doing okay in the fishmongering.
That's true.
I'm sure there's email phishing the Jews are good at.
It's not even about the market or the transfer of money for goods and services. It's more about how Jews like to make like workarounds. So
Work around.
in Jamaica,
Uh-oh.
so there's this thing called the Jewfish. The Jewfish is basically the Goliath Grouper. It's like a big
A Goliath
giant
Grouper?
fish.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me look this up.
I
Yeah.
know what a Goliath grouper is, but I never heard it called a Jewfish.
Hold
It
on.
is as big as a. It's
Looks
like
kinda like
it is
Barry.
as big as a cow.
Yeah, that thing is
Yeah, so
gigantic.
Holy shit.
It's about gigantic.
Holy fuck. It looks like the grouper that fucking
It
Kanye
takes you like
Yeah,
hours to
in the-
fucking
that
reel
end of that
those in.
episode.
Man.
That's
Takes out very- Look at the size of it. It's the
Yeah,
size of
it's
this fucking dude.
It's called the Jewfish, huh?
Impressive.
I think
Very
colloquially,
impressive.
I don't think that's the
Yeah,
official
I never
name
heard
of
it.
it.
called.
Is because groupers are bottom feeders, and but they're large fish. They're large fish, but so when you catch one, they have a lot of meat. But the thing is, the reason there were Jews in Jamaica is because there were the slaves. They were the reason there were Jews in Jamaica was because there were the slave traders and they owned the sugarcane plantations.
Yeah.
But
Man, it's
people,
too much sugar.
a lot of the Jews in town were having an argument about like, well, is it kosher to eat a bottom-feeding fish? And the locals noticed, well, it's a bottom feeder, but it has scales. So
What the
that's
fuck?
yeah. So it's
Scales
like these Jews, they always find a workaround.
Right.
They
Well,
make-
because
they
that's I
have
don't
their
know.
own rules.
What's the scales thing? I don't understand.
They're because Jews don't eat any like shellfish.
Oh,
and
right,
and I
right.
think the rule
Like
is-
catfish, like for instance, catfish and eel, technically not even kosher.
Yeah, I've never known a Jew.
Because
eat
it-
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never
but-
heard a Jew on the bayous of fucking Louisiana catching catfish with their forearm before.
Yeah.
All right.
What would a
See,
Cajun?
James?
What would a Cajun Jew sound like?
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, James, how education.
Well, I
this
think
show
we
then
go
the-
down
It
this
is
line
very-
a quarter.
Very
And this is, by the way, this seems like a pejorative, but this is in Wikipedia. The Atlantic Goliath grouper was historically referred to as the Jewfish.
Wow.
And there are several theories as to the name's origin. A 1996 review of the term's history from its first recorded
know-
usage in 1697 concluded that the species' physical characteristics were frequently connected to mainstay caricatures of anti-Semitic beliefs, whereas the interpretation that the fish was regarded as kosher food had little support.
You know, I do remember when I was a kid hearing
So that's
that
that's
nursery
fake
rhyme.
news, Slav. What you're saying is
Yeah.
fake news.
Does it have a little yarmulke on it?
No. And then in 1927, the New York Aquarium changed the fish's name to June fish.
I was kicked out of 109
After-
aquariums.
After protests.
Well, you remember that Dr. Seuss fucking novel? It was like one fish, two fish, red fish, Jew fish. You remember that?
yeah.
That was always a good one.
glad-
Base Dr.
Whoa.
Seuss.
Yeah,
I'm learning
I'm
stuff
subleasing
here.
this coral reef.
exactly.
Guess who the
And for
anti-Semites are?
some reason, that Jewfish would always open up the
Also-
clams and steal the pearls.
I also had one more little factoid
Yeah.
about how Jews just invade every single
I
part
think
of
you talked
society.
about this last time.
So-
Wait a minute, invade what?
I think this
What
is
do
a
you say?
Stormfront
This
episode.
this is Slav every week. Slav's got what we like to call Jewish derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's just correct.
I mean, he was wrong about the
So
first
what is
thing.
it? Y'all know?
That's true.
So what is it? How did y'all learn how to write lowercase t, not in cursive but in print?
Like a cross?
I put curls on the end. I don't know.
Yeah. So how does the lowercase t look when you type it on a computer or a phone?
It's like a hook.
It's got that little curve on the bottom.
Oh no,
Right?
hook nose.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
thought you
Yeah,
were-
this is.
I'm looking right here. Yeah, there's a little hook
Yeah,
on
in the
YouTube.
Talmud. Yeah, in the Talmud, it forbids the Jew to depict the cross in any way or form.
And then
They
they
literally- so I
they
remember-
got big font on their side.
Yeah, so
The
whenever we-
Jews have infiltrated
whenever-
big font. Say it ain't so, Slav.
Yes.
They're taking over everything.
No, seriously. Remember when in Times New Roman, capital I had the bars on top, and now all of a sudden it doesn't.
Capital say
if you type in
capital. Yeah,
cap-
yeah. Like it looked like a Roman numeral.
Yeah, but remember, nobody can remember exactly when it changed. But it's the same time they did it with lowercase t. So,
Interesting.
so basically, it's not like they're just trying to do these little tit for tat maneuvers, like seeing how it's like they're trying to take every inch. Like they want
Sure.
the whole mile, but they're going inch by inch.
What do you think? What letter do you think's next? The O, because it looks like a penny. They won't make it
Yeah.
a perfect circle.
Yeah, that's
It'll have
good.
to be like a little oblong.
I mean, maybe the
The
dollar
J looks like
maybe
it's wearing a
the
hat.
forward or back. Maybe the backslash or the forward slash. Because you could do lowercase o with the slash.
Or maybe the X, because it's like
For the-
almost a swastika. You just add a couple more
That's a
fucking
good
lines
one.
to it.
Yeah.
Or it could be a cross if you
Yeah,
put it the
like
other way.
O with a. Yeah, because if you do O with a slash, it looks like a hand, doing a Roman salute. Actually, it's not even a Roman salute. It's how they pledge allegiance to the flag in Mexico. So
Interesting.
it's a Mexican.
Wait, what do
pledge.
they do in Mexico?
That's what I'm gonna start calling it.
All right. Well, thank you, Slav. Appreciate it. Fun.
How
fun.
does he have all those facts about like Jews, or does he just make that up as he goes?
I could
along?
talk to this guy for hours.
How does he have the
And he'll
facts?
never stop talking about Jews.
That's what
Yeah.
he chooses to read about.
Yeah, it's like fucking Bubba with the
Yeah. I mean,
he just keeps going.
if you thought he's bad, wait for our next caller.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even Jewish, and
You
I was
got-
like, all right, Jesus
right.
Christ.
Well, you're not gonna like this next
He's just
caller.
describing how they make Jews
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Auschwitz. You got fried
Not
Jews.
hung upside down Jews. Yes, Jews.
Phone lines are open. 1-888-949-2969.
Oh my God! Look at that.
This is not that caller.
Kathleen.
No,
No,
don't.
you ass.
Rule
Fuck.
2.
My bad.
Hello. You're on the Bathhouse.
Yo,
What's happening?
it's Lil Dan.
Lil Dan.
Little Dan.
How's it going? How you been, Lil Dan?
What up?
What's happening?
You want to get to your point?
You're on with Barry Ribs. He has.
Yo, I got beef. I
Yeah.
got beef with them fucking flushable wipe companies.
Because they're not that flushable. That's
No,
the
they're
thing.
not. Apparently,
The
they
thing is-
clog up your fucking.
They're not flushable at all.
No, honestly,
Yeah, but
dude,
it's
I'm
better.
with you, man.
But it's better than walking around with a rusted asshole. I would
Agreed.
much rather clog
Flushable
my
Yo, you know how many
wipes.
sewers I snaked out and I just pull out straight fucking wipes.
Oh yeah, because you're a plumber, right?
Yeah.
So you probably deal with that all the time, where someone's like, "My shit's clogged," and then you're like, "Have you been flushing these flushable wipes?"
Well, what else are you supposed to
It's
do?
like
I'm
the
not
number
using
one
toilet
call that
paper
we
on my
get is a
asshole.
clogged
That's
sewer.
disgusting.
Yeah, I know. I remember them saying that. So why do they call them flushable wipes? Are certain like municipalities' septic systems better than others where they can handle them?
Yeah, if you live in an apartment building.
Well, I
you
mean,
just
we
go to
don't
one
got
fucking
septic.
giant
We got
tank.
a public sewer. You know what I mean?
Public sewer. So and
Not a septic tank.
oh, I guess it's not septic tank, right?
public
But so
sewer.
they just clog. And how do you get them out? You got to snake them out.
Yeah, we got a big snake machine. We fucking put it down in the fucking drain.
Oh God, and
Make
you
that
gotta
bitch
pull
out.
those out.
And now here's the question: who's making the money off of the flushable wipes?
Oh,
The
It's the
Indians?
fucking big flushable wipe company.
Owned by the Jews,
we
right?
were trying to set them
Probably.
up there.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. This is a little Dan PSA hour. Don't flush. But what are you supposed to do with them? They're like you don't really
You don't
wanna
put 'em in the
toss them in the
garbage.
trash. They're like covered in
Don't use
shit.
toilet paper.
I mean, I'm personally not a big flushable wipe guy.
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
are
like
you?
toilet paper.
I can't, dude. You're walking around with rusted assholes.
Oh, you just got to do a better job of cleaning up.
Yeah.
There's no good job using toilet paper on your asshole. There's
Toilet?
never a good job.
You know what I actually
That's
really
crazy.
do not
What do
like?
you mean?
Never-
dude?
You cannot get your asshole completely clean with just dry toilet
The
paper.
super soft stuff.
Put
I
peanut butter
don't
on your
I've
like.
been
wrist and
doing
keep
it
wiping it with
26 years.
fucking
My
toilet
asshole
paper.
clean. Guys.
Yeah.
What you mean?
I doubt it. Smell your sheets.
Your sheets. How bad are you at wiping your ass with
No,
your
I'm
sheets?
great
Holy
at
shit.
everything, man. It ain't 'cause
Great
my
at it. I
asshole
use
does.
flushable
So we're
wipes.
easy to con, and he can't wipe his ass. We're
No,
learning a lot
my
today.
ass is sparkly clean.
Okay.
Because I use those flushable
Well,
wipes.
what do
I
you
have
do
to.
when you're like out in public?
I try to find like a private bathroom, and if I'm out in public, because it's not my bathroom, I go to paper towels and I put soap on them, and I wipe my ass with the paper towel with
What?
soap on it.
What?
That doesn't
That's
flush
right
at
on
all.
The yeah, it's not my toilet. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? If I'm in a restaurant,
First of
Oh,
all,
you're not
I
gonna
don't
like that,
want
Lil
wet
Dan.
asshole.
This guy's fucking flushing
I
paper
give a
towel down the toilet.
He's giving him work.
yeah, that's true. I'm keeping them in business.
It's not even that though. It's like I don't want no wet asshole.
Yeah, that's my
No,
thing,
well then
too.
you grand finale it with toilet paper so it's nice and dry.
Oh.
But what if it's soap? But if you
Yeah,
use
that's
soap and
doing
stuff,
too much,
then
bro.
it's-
That's crazy.
I don't want
No, then you
mold on
just
my
fucking
asshole.
and then you just take the toilet paper, you dry off your asshole, and you go on your way, nice and clean.
All right.
That's
Johnny,
crazy.
you learn a lot of shit on this gig, right?
Absolutely. You ever been a flushable wipes man there, Barry Ribs?
No, but the baby wipes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, I've done that occasionally.
Yeah.
And you flush
you
them?
I
can't
can't
flush
date
them
a girl
either.
that doesn't.
Yeah,
use
you
them.
can't flush any of this
No,
stuff,
no, baby
right?
wipes you certainly cannot.
You cannot.
No.
Now you tell me.
Yeah, too late now. Man.
No.
Man.
Dude, that keeps
First
you
of all,
in
you gotta use-
business.
I'll be in business no matter what.
Yeah,
you know?
people are always going to be shitting.
There's always going to be dumb whores flushing rags down the toilet.
Did you see that? Oh, yeah.
Oh, I snaked out a toilet today. We pulled out like fucking 12 tampons.
Yeah, that's
Ugh.
gross.
What's your name, buddy?
Lil Dan.
Lil Dan. What
Yeah,
what
we
are
don't,
what are hours like as a
Plumber?
Plumber.
24 hours.
There's emergencies all the time.
No, we ain't 24 hours.
But do you have set
I
hours?
work like fucking like not. I work like fucking probably like 9 to 4, 9 to 3. You know, depends when we get done.
That's not too bad.
That's not bad at all.
No. Except for all the dirty rags and
Yeah.
shit.
Tampons.
Could be worse. You could be working with
Dude,
rags.
It ain't like that every day though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We try to be like clean plumbers. I do a lot of service work. I do like put in faucets and fucking.
Right. Also, those
Right,
are
piping
those are
and
probably the
shit.
better gigs. Do they have a thing on the flushable wipes? Because like Q-tips
Yeah.
say like if you look on Q-tips it says do not put
Do
in
not
your
put in your
ears.
ear. Yeah, but we don't
What?
listen to that.
Yeah, Q-tips.
Yeah.
Literally, if you look at a pack of
Some of them
Q-tips,
say do not flush, but people
where do you
read
put
that
'em?
shit.
you're supposed to. You're like literally a pack of Q-tips. I don't know if it's some sort of legal thing, but a pack of Q-tips literally says do not stick these in your ear.
It's probably a legal thing.
Yeah, but
Some
they say
fucking
you're supposed to
kid
just
did
use it
that.
on the outside. You're not supposed to put anything in your ear. But it's like,
Well, how-
dude, I put those things in until they touch my fucking brain.
Oh yeah, I love when they hit my eardrum.
No,
my
but
whole
I know
fucking
people that
eyes shake.
fucking that wipe their ass and they throw the toilet paper in a garbage can. I'm
Yeah,
like,
those are
that's
Muslims.
That shit's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
My
that-
type
that-
of people.
that's
hard-
like when I was in
It's hard
A-
to have pipes in the desert, dude.
when I was in Asia. Everywhere you go in Asia, they say do not flush anything down the toilet.
So not even.
And I don't know if
They got
it's
the weak plumbing.
yeah, I don't know if they have like old school plumbing or whatever, but it says like
Hmm.
literally your shitty toilet paper. There's a little garbage can.
Ah,
and just like put it.
Oh my
gross.
God.
And
Yeah,
not-
they don't got good plumbing over there.
Yeah, and I did not do that one time.
Where in
once.
Asia was this?
Thailand, China.
Yeah, go to
Vietnam.
Chinatown. You'll see it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Disgusting.
How do they counteract the fucking
Chinatown.
smell?
They don't.
Have you been paying
It
attention?
smells over there
Fucking
anyway.
don't.
No.
Yeah, there's no counteracting the smell. They just kind of do it.
Jesus
Throw
Christ.
lime on it.
Yeah, yeah.
They
All
just
right.
fucking
Like it's a
stink
dead
over there.
body.
Doesn't
All right, Lil
matter.
Dan, thank you for the PSA. Appreciate it, dog. Lil Dan, everybody, with the PSA. Do not flush flushable wipes. Hello. You're on the Bathhouse.
Hello, am I?
You are on. What's up, man?
Having an existential crisis here.
Uh-oh.
I'm wondering if there's going to be World War. I wonder if there's going to be World War III. But we'll see what happens.
I was saying last night, the whole Trump wanting to take Greenland thing, and they're like, well, we need Greenland essentially, and we're basically taking Greenland, makes me think that they are planning on some sort of war with China at some point.
Yeah, if you're going to keep taking... That's the whole point why we took Hawaii, to be closer to Japan.
Yeah, but like
Is that why?
we took
the
Alaska,
Greenland
too.
thing is they keep saying they're like we need it for hemispheric defense.
Yeah, whatever.
But it
excuse you gotta
seems like
use.
they're like, yeah, there's a war with China on the horizon. That's
Yeah.
why we.
It would literally
really
be
need
like
Greenland.
like the Battle of Hoth in fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I'm unfamiliar.
Well,
with
That actually kind of
battle.
rules.
Well,
I kind of want that to happen.
Yeah. Well, that would whip a lot of these fucking kids into shape to be drafted into the military. We're pretty much we're not getting drafted.
Not this guy.
I'm 31.
Oh yeah, you're going.
yeah, yeah.
You're going.
Fuck.
You're going. I'm like the third, fourth wave.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I to be honest, the private sector sucks so badly. I'd probably enlist. I wouldn't care. Maybe I'll just like jump on a landmine or something like that. But if I could just take out a
Jesus
couple
Christ,
of
man.
Chi-Coms
Wow.
before,
Oh my god.
Are you,
Damn, you're fucking.
Maybe-
are you sure
Maybe-
this is the
Sometimes
line you
we
should be
light
calling?
fireworks on fucking 4th of July. I like to jump right on the mortars.
Hey man, some people don't want to call the
I
suicide
mean, no, if I
hotline.
could take out a couple of. If I could take out a couple of Chi-Coms on the way,
Chi-Com. They're
why
already
not?
giving them racist names like in Vietnam. They're already starting. It's like, yeah, this
you get
year we
drafted?
want to get in there.
For
No, I
Vietnam?
went to college.
revolutionary?
Oh, you went to college.
Yeah, if that's for pussies to avoid the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
went
have
to-
friends who got drafted?
Not that I know of.
Who, me?
No. Barry Ribs. Sorry.
Was one of
Greenland
them a
is near
drummer?
Newfoundland, right?
If way further
Yeah, it's
north
a little
and
bit-
east, but it's it's up there.
It's pretty much a place nobody cares about.
Yeah, the 50,000 people live there. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody cares about it. The fucking president really cares
Yeah.
about it.
There's
I
more
mean,
people in Chernobyl that we let die. Sorry. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
My,
So-
my grandfather.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my grandfather was enlisted into the fascist army in Italy. Actually,
Really?
Wow.
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
he fought in Africa, and when everyone just kind of gave up and went home, all the troops were like just like covered in lice and stuff, and they were just all a mess, and it was just terrible. But everything just collapsed in Italy. So
What does
they
he
all
think
just
of
kind went
Italian
home.
Americans?
My grandfather.
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
I mean, usually what happens is that you have the European mindset of the Italian Americans, and they're just very like happy-go-lucky kind of,
What?
people, and then you
fuck
get
is he
the,
talking
and then you get the, and then,
He's
and
lying
then-
out of his
Doug
Doug
ass.
would like to disagree.
Yeah, I completely did. I've never met one fucking guinea from Italy that was happy-go-lucky. They're always bitching about something.
oh yeah, they're bitching about something, but they have that European mindset. Like it's like everyone's just like whatever, like he liked to play cards,
I know
the
like a
Italian
him,
cards.
he
He
know
liked
like a me. I get into another fight at the grocery store over the grape.
but yeah, to answer your question, yeah, the Americanized Italians are kind of like they roll their eyes at them because it's pretty much the Americanized Italians kind of turn into like they have like a very almost like Jewy culture. I don't know how to explain
And then
it.
they go over to Italy
Yeah,
and they're
but-
like, "You got chicken parmesan?"
Yeah, they're like, hey, how come you don't have any fucking linguine and clam sauce?
Yeah.
The fuck? Why are all the bitches smelly and
They're
hairy?
like, we don't do that. So why are you so scared about World War III? Anything specifically?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, I mean, I just feel that all the, they're going to try. They're already trying something. So they already said that Elon looked at war games of China, And they brought that up when he was signing some executive orders. And then on top of it, too, somebody leaked some of the battle plans when they went after the Houthis.
Yeah, but that was
I don't know
all
how
bullshit. I believe that leak was all horseshit, just so they could see that Trump isn't a fucking crazy dictator like everybody's making him out to be. I feel like that was a planned leak. A text message about fucking war games. Are you kidding me?
It wasn't about
Come
war
on.
games. It was about,
It was about
an
the
active-
Houthis.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
not a war game.
The
It was
Houthis are still a thing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we just bombed them. Well, not anymore.
they were a thing.
I don't
up
watch-
until last
Cling,
week.
cling, cling, cling.
I don't watch the fucking news.
No, they're still kicking around. They're still around.
I feel Danny
For now.
Danny and I spoke about this before, but the globalists have like a combined death wish for all of humanity. So I don't know what they're going to be doing the next 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, the thing
But
is-
anyway, thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, Frank. Or
Later, buddy.
Globalists taking over. Osama bin Laden, he's the boogeyman. He's the one that everybody wants to pin everything on.
Are you trying to be Alex Jones?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
That was a good one. No, I was going to say that's a good Alex Jones.
That was terrible.
It was awful.
I mean, we all knew he was doing Alex Jones.
yeah, we all knew
Yeah,
that. It was
'cause
like
we-
a character of fucking
Barry,
Alex
how are
Jones,
you
know what I
doing?
mean?
I'm sorry.
I said, how are you doing?
I'm learning a lot of shit.
Are you concerned about World War III? You've been around the block more than us. You're probably
I would not
the
be.
wisest and has seen the most.
Definitely.
I don't believe in war.
Speaking of the mic, Barry,
That's right.
you're on a podcast, Barry.
What is it good for?
I want to make it very clear here. I don't believe in war.
Well, regardless of what you believe in, they
Yeah.
happen.
Not on my watch.
They've happened
I am
10
very-
times on your watch.
That is true, yeah. You've probably seen the most wars happen more than any of us here.
of course.
Let me see. You lived through Vietnam. Let me see. Darfur.
Desert
You
Storm.
lived through Desert Storm.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Iraq.
Yeah.
Falklands.
The Cold War.
And,
That's still
and I
things.
got not one shot, not one gunshot on my body or nothing.
He's like
Bay of-
Wolverine.
Bay of Pigs.
Yeah. Thought that was your
Cuban
bullshit.
Missile Crisis. Hello, you're on the Bathhouse. Who are we speaking with?
Can't we hang up on somebody?
You can hang up on anybody you want.
Yeah. You,
Hey, hang up on me. It's all right.
No,
No,
we're not
go
gonna
ahead.
hang up on
Come
you.
on,
What's
dude.
up, buddy?
It's Charlie from Florida. How you doing,
Charlie.
man?
Hey, what's up? I'm
Florida.
from Florida.
is your last
Dude.
name Horse?
What part?
Sarasota.
You can go, Doug.
Doug, I'm
so
going to hang
bad.
up on you, Doug.
And
That
I'm
was
taking
so
my 6
bad.
cents back, Doug, for that one. Doug, you just lost your 6
Vero
cents.
Beach.
He's quick on his
Vero
feet. gang.
Beach. Vero Beach.
His
Vero
last, name's,
Beach.
his last name's Hustle.
Isn't that where the Players Championship is?
Is your last name
Is that
Brown?
what?
Give me 6 cents more. Isn't that where the
It's
Players
Brown, it
Championship is?
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Looks nice. I was there. I was in
Yeah.
Florida.
Apparently,
Like,
it's like a
yeah, go ahead.
lot of people come here actually to Vero Beach.
Oh, Vero.
Yeah, I was in Florida like
Yeah,
probably
I mean, it's
3
like-
years ago. I was in like North Miami, and then the Players Championship was going on. And I was like, "Fuck, I might drive up there." But then tickets were like $800, and it was like a 5-hour drive. And I was like, "Fuck that."
So, Charlie, what do you want to
It's
talk
crazy.
about?
We're always talking about like how come the comedians don't come. A lot of comedians don't come to the East Coast of Florida. They go to
You don't get
Tampa or
Orlando. or-
yeah, they go to
Well, what clubs are in the East Coast?
They do have a
Jacksonville has a good club. doesn't it?
Melbourne
Oh, yeah,
and West Palm
Jacksonville
actually
does,
have
yeah.
some venues.
Doesn't
Yeah.
Jacksonville have an improv?
Yeah, Jacksonville does.
Or a comedy zone, maybe?
West Palm
Or-
does
I think it's
and,
Orlando?
Orlando. Yeah, that's not,
That's
on
not the East
though.
Coast.
It's right in the smack dab in the middle. So there's
West Palm, Melbourne.
yeah, you're not
they've got
getting
some
you're not getting good
venues
comedy
there.
up in Jacksonville, is what you're saying.
No, just KP Burke.
No, Jacksonville actually does. They're pretty far away. About 4
Jacksonville's
hours
far.
from me, but
KP's
yeah,
always
yeah.
up there.
Orlando's not. Orlando's
Kitty
like 2
porn
hours.
Burke.
That's nothing. But
Miami? Miami?
Miami's far from where.
Miami, actually, yeah.
Jesus
Miami's
Christ,
about
Barry.
3.5 hours from here.
Yeah, it's far. It's far.
But Orlando's pretty close. It's normally where you go. Orlando, the Hard Rock Live there, or whatever. The Improv in West Palm, they have
Yeah,
a lot of people that come there. But
that sucks.
no, I wanted to find out I wanted to get your opinion on other call-in podcasts. Like, what do you think about like other like advice shows? Because you're like I noticed that your show is like the only show that actually like tries to give people like good advice sometimes.
Sure.
'Cause
I mean, sometimes.
the other
Sometimes we
the other
do.
advice shows are just like
like they seem like they just shit on everybody all the time. And I
Well,
don't know.
well,
Like,
this
what do you
is
think of like?
this is still, as far as I know, the only actually live call-in show.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been doing like where they like Sam Hyde. I know started a show where you can call in and like leave voicemails.
Yeah,
I think
Slav too.
Slav does that. This is the only live one that does them, as far as I know. But yeah, I don't know about the other. I don't really know of other actual like true call-in shows that exist.
I guess Slav does it.
No,
is
that's
Slav.
Slav.
Not Slav.
Norton just started
Stav.
doing it.
Sad.
Jim
Yeah.
Norton. He just
Oh,
started doing
oh,
it.
Norton
really?
does one. Yeah,
And
Norton
Jim
does
Norton
one.
just started it.
Yeah, Jim Norton started.
He just started his.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
like the call-in format. Obviously, I mean, I'd be mentally deranged if I was still doing this if I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, sometimes I guess we try and give good advice if we can.
We try.
Yeah, we try. I mean, I remember the second episode of Low Value Mail
Yeah.
I ever did. Someone called in and there was like some kid and he wanted to kill himself.
And you saved
That
him?
seems to be an ongoing theme with every
I-
podcast you're on.
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny because I had his number and then like he called in
No.
and then he kind of like it seemed serious. Like I felt like I know when someone's fucking with me or not.
Yeah.
And he seemed serious. And then
That'd be funny to call in just to be pretending
Wow,
to be
that's
suicidal.
crazy.
My buddy did that one time. He called the
I
suicide
did that.
hotline.
I called into a Christian television show when I was like 14 years old, and I did that to like this local pastor who had like a show on at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And I actually like downloaded like a gunshot. This was like in the 90s,
Yeah.
so I had to like.
So
I
it
remember
took you
like
4 hours.
we had our family computer in the basement. I brought the whole thing up, like had to set it all back up. Then I downloaded a gunshot. Then I like called into this show, and then I was like on the line with him for probably like 20 minutes. I was like, and he was like, "Come meet with me," and then I was just like, "Bang!" And then he looked
Oh,
up and he
no.
goes,
Yeah.
"Sometimes people like to take advantage of us." So this is actually
Oh
I think
my
my
God.
I think
How
this
did
is
he coming
how
from
did he
a
not-
priest?
I honestly
How did he
think
not know that you weren't dead?
I'm a good actor.
Oh.
Oh no, because he just was like, "This guy's fucking with me."
Oh, I see, I
blow
see.
his brains out on Nightlight in Burlington.
And he's also
Ontario.
a priest, so he hears a 14-year-old kid in dire straits. He's like, "Yeah, come meet with me. Come
Yeah.
on, come on."
No, but in his
Come over here.
defense,
Well,
he was
yeah.
like he looked.
Put something else through your head.
Yeah, he was just like this sweet guy, but it was literally the only call-in. It was a call-in show that was also on TV, so I was like, holy shit! It was like kind of like this, where I was like, I was 14. I'm like, wait, I could just like be on TV if
They
I
always
call
did
into
that in
this
the
show.
90s at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where you had those call-in shows with priests or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
C-SPAN too.
Yeah, and you could just call in and just fuck with the guy.
Yeah.
and
So,
it's
anyways, I think
fucking
these
amazing.
call-in shows are my punishment for doing that. No, I just have to. I have to push. I have to, like Sisyphus.
That's it,
I
man.
have
I
to
just wanted to say I hope you keep the show going. I really enjoy it. so-
appreciate it. I hope I keep it going too. Charlie from Florida, everybody.
How was
yeah,
the
brother.
chocolate factory? Fuck.
Fuck, I was trying to think of another Charlie.
You're really wearing out your welcome here, Doug. Let me tell you. Really wearing it out. Barry, how you doing? You look tired. You look like you were getting worn down by these guests. Are they wearing you down?
I want to.
You were talking earlier about how your homophobia was activated recently.
I want to talk to more.
Yeah,
about
when we were off screen, we we were talking because these chairs are really uncomfortable that we're sitting in.
Yeah.
Are they uncomfortable for you guys, or is it just me?
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, Doug was talking about his ass, I think.
Well, I was saying,
Oh,
I wish I was a little more caked up.
Yeah,
wish I had
in
more
the
ass
buttocks.
Yeah.
to have a little more, cushion, as
That's
they
right.
say, because I don't really have much of a bum. And then you were like, "Is this making us gay?"
This is
And then you were
triggering-
saying that
this
yeah,
is
this is
triggering the
to you.
fuck
Yeah, yeah.
But then you were saying that you had a man make a pass at you when you were 16, a young
16
lad.
years, I'll never forget it.
How was his ass?
You asked me that, Doug?
You were on really thin ice, Doug. Just in general. But so this man made a pass
Yeah.
at you?
You know what it was? I'd rather hear the call so I can hang
Well,
up.
we don't
but
have
Was he
we don't
wearing a
call
powdered
yet.
wig?
what happened
Phone lines are
was,
open, everybody.
let me give you a little bit of the story. I was working upstate for room and board in the Catskill Mountains, and every comedian should know a little history of the Borscht Belt.
Of course, I know. I know the board. Have you ever seen Marvelous Miss Maisel? It's all they go up there.
No.
Okay.
So, so they gave us room and board, and my particular room did not even have a door on the hinges.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck happened. And
What were you doing to provide?
I was a bus boy,
Okay.
and my uncle was a Borscht Belt comic, so that was my
Oh, so this is in your blood. comedy.
Lineage.
yeah. But he was But
Being a racist.
he's not blood connected because he was my father's brother-in-law.
Gotcha.
So anyway, but I saw him perform in the nightclubs when I was like 8, 9 years old, and that was cool. So I saw. I've been around show business.
Did you see any big comedians?
Huh?
Did you see any big famous comedians that we?
They were just Borscht Belt dudes.
just
you know?
Borscht Belt dudes.
Like Jersey hacks.
He would have a lot of comics over for dinner, but I don't recall anybody that became famous. You know?
Okay. I mean, there's only 4 of them that actually became famous.
Yeah, I thought-
like Jerry Lewis say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy Hackett.
Mort Soul.
I don't know if he was a Borscht Belt
I don't even
dude.
know if he was. Yeah, he might have been after that.
Phyllis Diller.
So what happened was they gave me a room in the back, and this dude up in front, he was a lifer, whereas us teens or college kids, we would work the Catskills, say, in the summertime.
Yeah.
Or Passover holidays. But this dude up front, he was like, he was a lifer. I think he was maybe a janitor or some shit. So my room, it was.
Do you think he took the hinges off the door? Make it a little more
shit.
easy
Ooh.
access.
Wow.
Well, there was, I believe, 3 rooms on each side. I had the right
kicked in his
rear, no pun intended. And it was a shit. It was my first night. I wanted to go back to Brooklyn. So then the next day I walk by and I see his doors open.
Oh, no.
And I go, you got a nice room here. And it smells
Oh, so you were leading him on.
Yeah, I think, I may have been the one.
You walk in his room,
Yeah.
you got a real nice room here.
Yeah.
You mind if I spend some
never
time?
thought of it
Nice
that way.
cock, too.
What were you wearing?
Your balls match that carpet.
Gillette Right Guard, you know the bronze can, which may still be on the market.
Yeah.
He used that as
Air freshener?
Air freshener.
Wow.
Yo, I'll never
This
forget.
guy was Italian?
Huh?
He's an Italian guy?
No, if I said I'd be racist.
Black.
I'm wearing my DL Hughley shirt today. I'm Team DL. So you?
I mean, I was hoping you were Team DL.
DL. Wait, DL down on the down low.
Yes, that's what I was getting
Oh, that's
at.
what you're getting at?
Correct.
Oh, fuck.
You just reiterated the joke.
I work with DL Hughley. I am Team
sorry.
DL.
Team
Anyway,
DL.
so
On the down low.
On the down
he had curtains on the window.
God damn it.
It looked like his home, you know. So and mine looked like no.
There was a black homosexual in the 60s? That must have been tough.
That's wild.
That's rough.
So as I
German
was saying,
shepherds don't know what to attack first.
so all I said innocently as a 16-year-old,
He pulls
I
his
his
ass open while
"You
they're
got a
spraying
nice
the water
room
at
here."
him.
Yeah.
Little did I know, he pictured me as a little girl, like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Probably my
Little
voice
fruit.
was girly
Yeah, a little
sounding
fruity.
at
Nuts,
16.
Bit of a
He said-
twink. Barry Ribs the twink.
And
Yeah.
he said to I just said it innocently, and that's how they get you, though, when you
Yeah.
talk innocently, right?
Right.
He said, how would you like to spend the night?
Oh, Jesus
and I
Christ.
fucking ran out of there, down the road, called up my father,
Yeah.
told him the story. He said, I'll be up there right away.
Oh,
Because that's back when homosexuality was contagious.
Yeah, yeah.
And his dad came up and he
my
was like,
fa-
how much?
And my father had a Jim Bowie knife.
Oh,
Those
wow.
suckers.
That's a Rambo knife.
Yeah.
They're,
Huge, yeah.
thick like
I didn't know it was. I thought it was a Bowie. I didn't know it was Jim Bowie.
Jim Bowie, a thick fucking. He said, I'll be up there with my knife.
It is a bow.
He never showed up and rescued me.
All right, let's take a call here. Good story though, Barry.
That is a solid story, buddy.
Learned a lot about Barry Ribs. Hello, you're on the Bathhouse.
It was contagious.
Never rescued me. I thought he was coming with the knife, Doug.
Hello, you're on
Those
the
are big
Bathhouse.
knives back then, dude.
I thought he was going to castrate the motherfucker.
Hello, are you there?
Hello, my bad.
All good. What's up? Who are we speaking with?
I just wanted to ask
DL
y'all
Hughley.
what y'all think about Trump's gold card.
What is that?
I think it's
Trump's
a great
gold
idea.
card
50,000?
is
Is it
$5 million.
$5 million. Yeah.
Oh.
It's similar to a green card. I believe it has some. But green card, you have to live in the United States
Yeah.
to have a green card. The gold card, you don't have to live in the United States. but you can get one. I don't know I hope it's for life. It can't be for every 10 years, but it's $5 million bucks. And their plan is they're going to hopefully sell 1 million of them, which will knock $5 trillion off the national debt.
Which, again, people like went fucking ballistic when this came out. But then once you look into what he's doing to go, I think there's 27 other countries that have this same exact setup.
It's
that
essentially
you
you're buying citizenship. You're buying citizenship. America just always made themselves.
27 other countries ain't the United States of
Yeah,
America.
well,
That's true too.
Yeah, that's the thing is, the United States always made itself out there like we're above that.
Yeah.
We're like, if you want to come here, you got to like go through the hoops and do it the proper way, but we're not selling it. But I mean,
but it is a great thing because if you have $5 million,
I mean, you're going to be getting a lot of people who have money from doing a lot of bad shit, who probably otherwise like from countries that probably like we would be like, yeah, no, thank you.
Some oil baron from fucking
Syria,
Syria.
who are like they're just like, yeah, of course, I'm just going to buy U.S.
Well, if you
US
think about
citizenship.
it, drug cartels that $5 million is just a month.
Yeah.
So they could
Less
easily
might be
be
a
like,
day.
Hey, go.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if they think you're the head of a drug cartel, they won't give you one.
Right.
At least let's hope that that's the case. But I mean,
also,
you'll be getting
see.
lots of like Russian oligarchs
Oh,
buying
for
them.
sure.
But also, Russian oligarchs don't have a problem coming here to begin with.
That's a good point.
So
What are they going to do when they come here?
The granted immunity.
their hope is that they're gonna. Well, the hope is that they're gonna come here and start a business, and these are rich people who have lots of money, so they'll start a business. They'll employ people.
It sounds like some of these more than it's going to be people like the fucking cartels. They're going to be doing some fucked up shit.
Well, they'll revoke it if you come here and do fucked up shit. Then they're gonna take it away.
That's-
Oh, okay.
yeah, that is the
it's
one
not.
good
To,
thing.
it's not to come here and be a criminal, but
All right.
But
there's
then
a lot
again, if you are a millionaire businessman, billionaire businessman, a lot of times there are hoops you can jump.
I mean,
through,
there will
to
be
get
no
away with a lot
billionaire
of
in the
shit.
world who won't get one. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you? Just to have it. Just to
Yeah.
have it. What are your thoughts on this gold card? You don't seem like you're too pumped about it.
I'm not pumped about it. I don't really have too many convictions about it. I don't really think it's a good thing per se. I mean, $5 trillion, that's fine. And I've heard a lot of people talk about how much like farmland China owns, and they use acres. When we look it up, it's really not even that much land. But this seems like, I mean, you mentioned, they'll bring a business here and hire people. It just seems weird. Seems like
The thing is you can already like if you
getting their foot in the door.
have a bunch of money and I think the United States, if you invest like 150 grand, you can get a visa pretty easily to come live here. Now it's not a path to citizenship like a gold card is. So they're kind of cutting that part out. But like those people could come live here should they want to, like with way less than $5 million. So I don't know. I guess the question is like how is it
Well, how much did you spend for your fucking thing?
for nothing? I don't know. A couple like a visa's like application's like $500.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can come. Assuming you can get in. And
What
get
about the lawyers and shit?
Yeah, the lawyers are a few thousand. It's
Yeah.
nothing crazy. But
They do such a poor job at hunting you down that when your visa's up, that it doesn't matter.
well, it
People
does
on
matter.
expired visas
No,
for years.
that's not true. Because if your visa, for example, if like my visa expires and I overstay my visa, then the next time I leave America, they won't let me back in.
Oh yeah.
You just can't. Like the thing is all the people who are here on expired visas, they can never leave the country.
But why would you want to leave? It's the greatest country in the world.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as country, like if I had to pick one
pretty solid.
country in the world that I had to be stuck in
Yeah.
and never be able to leave, I would pick this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're
of
like,
course.
you can't go travel anywhere else in the world for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's like who needs to go anywhere else and travel when everybody comes here anyway?
Man, Americans are so fucking dumb.
Why do I need to leave
I
when
mean,
I
this
get
is the
everybody
number
coming
one-
right here?
This is the number one country in the world where you meet people and they're like, yeah, I don't have a passport.
Yeah.
And they're like, why would I get a passport?
Believe it or not, I have a passport.
Well, it's-
Really?
I got one on me.
Really?
You carry that fucking thing on you?
Jesus.
I'd be
Worried about
the
worried about the ice raids getting sent to El Salvador. You do have a bit of a tan right now. Anyways, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I guess you don't like it. Anything else you want to add there?
Isn't like
Shit,
gold
not
cards.
really, man.
Cool.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for calling in.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for calling into the bathhouse. Why do you carry your passport? That would be a nightmare to lose. Especially how easily scammed you get.
You have
You're
to
so susceptible.
now to take flights and stuff. You got to have the the new ID or your passport.
Why don't you get
No.
the real? But you carry your passport with you always. Like, so you have a concern that you might get a last second call and you go, you need to get on a flight right now.
Exactly.
Has that ever happened?
Once. You never know.
DL Hughley?
No,
it DL
it wasn't DL.
I need
But-
you in
but
Mexico
I'm-
City.
Have you committed some horrible crime and you're waiting?
No, it's just he's just you don't want to let an opportunity go to waste.
That's a good point.
Correct. All right, let's take
I'd
another.
be shit scared.
Let's
of
take another
losing that
caller,
fucking
and
thing.
it's back to the Jew.
Hell yeah.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Very well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Danny. Another beautiful day.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
He's too positive out of the gate. Something's coming.
Says you're too positive out of the gate.
Yeah.
So what's up?
I wanted to discuss Loxism.
Is that like the
today.
fish?
Yeah, what?
Because if we're gonna trash locks on this podcast, you're getting hung up on,
I
pal.
like them with cream cheese.
Like
It
dreadlocks?
actually does have something to do with Judaism and their
Oh,
particular.
you don't say. You have something to do with Jews. What are the fucking odds?
It's a beautiful day. By the way, the Jews are still around, though. I knew
It's
something was coming.
a
I
beautiful
knew it.
day. Let's thank.
Yeah, I could feel it. Yeah.
Hand me the menorah, Barry.
Just to share with the guests, I come with a certain theme.
Sure.
And I call it
A certain
birthday
theme.
related. That's what I
So
do.
what's Loxism? I do like learning new stuff. So
Yeah.
what's Loxism?
So it's Jewish hatred for the white race, and
Do you hold on, Barry? Do you
it's
hate the white
their,
race?
No.
Okay,
That's
neither,
cool.
neither do I.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Jews are white though.
I wanted to.
You're gonna bust a fucking give this guy an aneurysm.
Dude, what's your name?
Jared.
My name's Jared.
Jared. James just said the Jews are white.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Not such a beautiful
And
day
he's
now,
not.
is it?
He's not Jewish.
I did go to a Jewish school though for 10 years.
Okay. Were they white?
Yeah.
They got black Jews.
Yeah.
They do.
Of course
They
they
have
do.
Asian Jews.
They have. They
A lot of
I
Jews.
mean, half
Hispanic Jews.
of my friends from Hebrew school are all married to Asian broads.
Huh.
So their kids are half Asian.
Yeah, that is a
Gotcha.
that is a thing with
Oh, man, the
Jewish. They
Jews love the Asians.
What is
Really?
that? Why?
It's anything that doesn't remind them of their mother.
So, his name is Jared.
Jared.
Jared, you're a locks connoisseur.
I do enjoy a little smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon.
I do happen to keep my ear to the ground on certain topics. So when I came across Loxism,
Loxism.
And,
Loxism. I mean, I've never heard Loxism. So this is like what? Like this is like racism? Like is this like locks as in Jews? Like locks represents Jews. Ism is like the ism on racism. So this is like Jewish racism.
Sounds like it.
Is that what that is?
it is spelled Loxism.
Okay. So I think I
Doug,
fairly
you've had-
represented it.
Doug, you've had locks before?
Does
I
this
love
have-
lox.
does
Lox
this
and
have
cream
something to
cheese
do
and
with-
capers.
But you're
Oh,
Italian,
delicious.
right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Does this have something to do with the Jew
and
fish?
the last name, how does that...
Oh no, my last name's Hungarian. I'm a quarter Hungarian, so my last name is Hungarian. My dad's half Italian, half Hungarian. My mom's the full Italian.
Wow.
Yeah,
And you're,
but you would never
you're
know by looking at him.
110% Italian.
Yeah,
Zero Hungarian.
I ran into a hotel owner. She was Hungarian.
yeah.
You wouldn't be offended if I called her a cunt, would you?
No, not at all. I
She was a
she's a
cunt.
woman, right?
Anyways, Jared, back to Loxism. Let's hear it.
So
What
there
a
just
cunt.
tends to be a
I never met a cuntier cunt than that Hungarian woman.
Hold on there. You're going to hold on a second.
I got triggered again.
Yeah,
damn it.
yeah. Barry got triggered again. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, though. We didn't catch any of that there. You're going to have to start again.
Something
So-
about locks.
Loxism.
Sorry, Doug. I just
No,
had to
no,
be
no.
honest
There-
with you. I
Yeah.
got triggered again, sir.
I know nothing. About
There's a
Hungarians.
series of books and efforts that have been written about the dying of whiteness, the toxicity of whiteness, the problem with the white race. We look into DEI and these movements. They tend to be pushed by Jews. There's a book by an individual, The Dying of Whiteness. It's by a Jewish psychiatrist.
Now, question.
that argues
Sorry to cut you off here. What is the political affiliation of all these people?
So I don't think it necessarily matters because when you look at because to me it's not about Republican or Democrat.
Oh,
or,
to me it is.
or either
I mean,
side of the
I
line.
guarantee you there isn't a Republican write one of those books.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, you'll have zero
'cause
Republicans wrote that one.
Well, this particular individual argues that it's right-wing ideas, but I can. There's a list of books, but when you look at policies and what's going on with, Trump and his cabinet, I mean, they're all Zionists, but this is just particularly about, hate for the white race and Loxism in general.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at policies of immigration and open borders and what's been implemented in countries like Ireland, Germany, Norway,
And you're saying
Sweden,
that there's no
they're not
like
the-
Christian NGOs or like Catholic NGOs who have participated
the
in that?
Jesuits are involved. The Freemasons are involved. As we know, the Jesuits are at its seat, a Jewish institution.
Sorry, are you avoiding the Christian thing? I mean, obviously Christians
No,
are
the Christians
involved
are
in this.
problem. There are individuals who are just straight up.
Is there an
grifters.
alternate reality right now where there's a podcast and some guy's calling in and be like, you know what the problem with the Christians are?
Yeah.
No, as
Mainly
a Christian
taking place in
myself,
Brooklyn.
there's a massive-
Exactly where that's taking place.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a massive problem with the evangelical church and people who follow the Schofield Bible, which
cousin's
is a Rothschild creation.
I
It was
saw
funded-
that thing that Ian Carroll said, and I read a million things debunking that is just nonsense.
What are they saying?
That the
Depends on where you
Jews
get
wrote
the information from.
this Schofield Bible or something. The Jews were
Well, what
behind
they
it.
did was they changed the translation of.
But it's not a Bible.
Judeans,
It's just a
Idumeans,
commentary
Edomites,
on the Bible.
Amalekites. Well, no. What they specifically did was they changed inferences and instances in which the word Jew was replaced for Judeans, Idumeans, Edomites. These are people of Judea. It's like living in America. There was a mix of people. There were Canaanites. There were people of many groups. And what it gets into is
Sure, but
is
this
that-
Schofield Bible thing, it's not an actual Bible. It's just a commentary on the Bible.
Well, it was a printing of the Bible that kind of became where you find if you go to like the Gideon Bible or what's found in hotels or what's preached in Presbyterian, Southern
It's found in
Baptist.
hotels.
Many
It is the Gideon Bible.
That's where you're gonna find.
evangelical
I know you're right.
churches. People that have these super churches that are
Mm-hmm.
very pro-Israel. They tend to be just grifters.
Yeah, one of those
is
super
the
churches
idea.
didn't let the black people in the flood in New Orleans. I remember that. Never forget that day.
Wasn't that Joel Osteen?
Joel Osteen,
That's
yeah.
actually a funny thing on the internet.
That
People
scumbag.
say that his last name is actually Stein, and then he says
Olstein?
Get the fuck outta here, is
secretly
it really?
Jewish. Yeah.
That'd
No,
be
that would make
hilarious.
sense.
Can you confirm, Jared? Is Joel Osteen secretly Jewish?
Well, Benny Hinn was one of those TBN grifters. He's a Jewish convert to Christianity. He was just
Benny
stealing money
Hinn's
from
Jewish?
people.
I thought he was
But I gonna
Indian.
get into-
You're
No,
blowing my
Benny
mind
Hinn
right
is-
now.
is-
Benny Hinn is a Jew?
Yeah.
You know what
I thought he was an
gathered
Indian
Yeah.
guy.
from this guy?
What?
Everybody he
No.
doesn't like is Jewish.
Oh, quite.
Yeah.
Oh no, there we go.
just-
Israeli
it
Benny
just
Hinn,
happens to be
Israeli
like
American
what
televangelist. This dude looks Indian.
He does look Indian.
That's crazy. Palestinian American
Yeah.
Canadian televangelist.
Wow. But he's Jewish from Palestine.
He is an Israeli-born Palestinian American televangelist. Well, he's Israeli-born.
Then why is he saying
He's
that he's
born
a
in
Palestinian
Jaffa.
televangelist?
Yeah, he claims that he converted to Christianity. He was a Jew, and that's like kind of his
Oh, he's
thing.
from
He's like,
Toronto. There he
you know,
goes.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Another.
Shout out the old six.
Yeah. All right.
So just getting back into the Jew books, we got Dying of Whiteness, we got Light Like Me, we got Uprooting Racism, we got White Awareness, we got White Lies, we got Angry White Men,
Yeah.
we got the Possessive Investment in Whiteness,
Yeah.
we got White Shift, we got White Privilege.
What's your favorite
we
of
got
all of those
Being
ones?
Yeah.
The
Which is the
point-
most convenient?
Do you just read them and just fucking your boil your blood?
This
just
is a
boils?
variety of locks. He's kind of.
This is I don't know. I think the premise here is that the Jews are trying to bring down the white race.
Yeah.
I think this is the underlying premise here is that the Jews are coming after the white man.
The white man
is in trouble because of the Jews.
And they won't share the locks of any variety.
They won't share any of the locks,
especially the ones with the capers. Those sons of bitches. Those are my favorite.
The capers are on the side, right?
No, you put them on top with some red onion.
Put them on top.
Well, I encourage you to go on Google and just type in white mother, and what you'll see is she'll be paired with a black man.
Yeah. I remember that was going around. I mean, dude, you should see every fucking commercial on Canadian television right now.
What is it?
Dude, it's literally every
nicotine gum.
Nicotine gum.
Give you a headache.
every
controls the internet.
Who controls the internet? Is it the Jews? Do the Jews control the internet?
Growing up.
We talked about the 8200 left and the people who work at Google 200. So again,
you got
it is true. I mean, it is true. You literally go
like his.
As a white mom, and it's they're all mixed race families.
Wait, so what is this conspiracy theory now?
That the Jews are behind this.
What, with the white moms and the mixed babies?
Yeah.
I thought Jews didn't like mixing.
There's a book called The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion.
Yes, I've heard of
that. For those who may not be familiar.
Very.
It's a page turner.
Some people say it's a hoax, and it's written by a white supremacist, but other people say it's actually like a handbook.
Are those other people you, by chance?
Hold on, this fucking menorah is getting hot. Every time I see it steaming.
Dude, you're making the menorah steam.
It just shoots out beams like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, go ahead. There,
Fun time, guys. I just want to say,
I'm enjoying myself.
I am too.
I'm enjoying myself. So continue on. So we're talking about the protocols of the Elders of Zion.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up the PDF real quick because I got it ready to rock. You know
it's
me.
bookmarked on his fucking browser.
A lot of dog ears on.
You couldn't get it at Barnes and Noble.
And Barnes and
I'm
Noble.
a studied man. I tried.
Barnes and Noble does not sell the protocols of the Elders of Zion. But you can buy Mein Kampf on.
You could
Amazon.
On Amazon.
I actually want to read Mein Kampf, but I heard it's really boring.
Is Mein Kampf boring, Jared?
I don't own it, but I'm looking to get an original. I mean, I love Pete,
one with an autograph.
Dude, there's a comedian I know who literally I used to do a joke about this. There's a comedian I know,
God.
and his dad has a signed copy of Mein Kampf.
Who signed it?
Hitler.
Walt Disney.
His father had it and smuggled it.
That is
out of
wild.
After the war, smuggled it out because you couldn't get it out. And my joke was basically it's so funny. Hitler did book signings at just Barnes and Noble.
Who's next?
my sister's husband's Hungarian. We went to visit her family in Budapest, and we were at the flea market, and they had Nazi Captain Sabers with the eagle on them. I'm like, I don't know if I could bring this back.
I mean, you definitely get put on a list for that.
You know what that reminds me of? That episode, that fucking scene in The Last Crusade where Indiana Jones accidentally bumps into Hitler and he signs the fucking Holy Grail book.
It's a great scene.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Look Back when Hitler's back, and it's kind of like a fun comedy, and everyone's like, "Oh, dude, Hitler's back." Have you guys seen that?
No, I think I know. I've heard of it.
Have you ever seen? They tried to do a sitcom with Hitler and Ava Braun, and it lasted one episode. It's called Heil, Honey, I'm Home.
No way.
I swear to God.
What was that on Adult Swim or something?
No, it was in the 80s. It was on, I think, prime time, and they cut it after one episode.
Well, I guess Hogan's Heroes and stuff, that stuff was so popular. They go, maybe we could take this up a notch. Jared, if you top 3 dinner guests, if you were having a dinner party,
Goebbels.
and anybody from history,
Goring.
David Duke.
David Duke's still alive.
Oh yeah. Oh, you said dead.
I'm going with Jesus, Bobby Fischer, and Hitler.
Wow.
That'd be a lively discussion.
That's an odd conversation.
Bobby Fischer.
I think that'd be a pretty well. Here's the problem though: is so
Jesus
Bobby
and fucking
Fischer,
Hitler nodding every
Bobby.
time he
Well,
mentions
the
Jews.
thing is, Bobby Fischer and Hitler would be like railing on about the Jews. And
Yes.
then Jesus would be like, "Can you guys fucking chill?"
Yeah, I'm right here, guys.
That makes for a great
And then
conversation.
Hitler looks at him. You're not even the savior.
Bobby Fischer, I heard from a reliable source, used to beat up his mother.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
all around good guy is what you're saying.
Yeah.
He had hands.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, continue on, Jared.
Protocols. Protocol 1, the basic doctrine. Protocol 2, economic wars. 3, methods of conquest. 4, materialism to replace religion. Okay?
Yeah.
Then we got despotism and modern progress, just debauchery, pornography, so on and so forth. I don't even need to explain that. We got the takeover technique. We got worldwide wars, provisional government, re-education, preparing the power, totalitarian state, control the press, distractions, assault on religion, rules of suppression,
shit.
brainwashing, abuse of authority, arrest of opponents, rulers and people, financial program, loans and credit, power of gold, instilling obedience.
Can I just stop you real quick? How many more books do you have to read to realize that the Jews are evil? I mean, how many?
It seems like confirmation bias at this point.
It's just like how many
just
more of
one
these?
more.
Dude, you rattled off enough books that it would take me 17,000 years to read. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how many more books do you have
there
to
might be
read to
some
prove
nugget
your own point?
Well, he might eventually find some nugget there that he goes, this ties everything all together.
Yeah, exactly.
Mel Brooks is evil?
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
I didn't know that.
Mel Brooks is a direct link between the whole degradation of our entire society.
Are they going to adapt this into
yeah.
a movie?
The protocol. Oh, there's a movie on the dark web. Is there a movie of the protocols?
That would rule.
Well, there's something called.
I can't read the books. I gotta watch the movie.
Oh, Europa: The Last Stand. Yeah.
That's one thing that does kind of document this particular subject. And there's actually people
What
that
subject
are
is that?
revisiting.
Jews,
Oh,
dummy.
God,
Pay
I'm sorry.
attention,
Jesus
man. Where have you
Christ.
been for the last 16 minutes?
Well, there's an idea recently that's been coming
Holy fuck,
about
it's
that
been
Hitler
16
wasn't
minutes.
the worst guy.
Dude, flies by.
And I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah, go ahead.
Time flies when
recently
you're having
looking
fun.
into that.
Sorry, go ahead, Jared. I didn't catch that.
I was just saying there was like an idea that's like floating around the internet that Hitler wasn't doing all this occult stuff and he wasn't a homosexual, and some of these things are
What?
just slander written by people and it's hearsay.
Yeah,
and,
you know
and
what? I'm
you
not
know,
a big fan of these people.
Yeah.
Just kind of besmirching Adolf Hitler
Yeah,
and his.
exactly.
Hitler being gay
You
really
know,
turns
Dare
me.
they?
I love how Hitler did all this stuff that everybody's like kind of agrees on, and then someone's like, "Yeah, and he was gay."
Yeah, and he had a micro penis.
and that's what they would do. They'd be like, he's a homo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? That's what
Well,
they would do.
but my point is that it's just like if you have like let's say you feel how you feel about the Jews clearly, why keep reading?
No, I actually love everyone.
No, I'm not. Wait.
Christian.
I'm not. I'm just gathering what I have from the 16 minutes here. So
Yeah.
But my point is this: it's like
Oh, sure.
whatever like your point is about whatever the fuck it is. Like I tend to lean right in my policies. I feel like I don't need to read the same book with the same subject matter with right-leaning points.
Well, how
'cause
else
I
are you gonna
kinda-
come?
You don't have to read.
This guy's
But I'm
never
just
had a
saying,
problem
We're
boxing
trying,
that.
we're trying to break the shackles that are on the United States when we have an institution that's constraining our people through financial slavery, politicians who are raping and sending our money overseas while there's, you know,
Okay, so
people who need it here in America.
so
and
Jared,
there's
you-
jobs that could be here.
Jared,
And
we make you.
corporations-
Oh yeah, hold on. I've got a question. So we make you king of America, right? You are
Okay.
the supreme ruler of the United States. What do you do?
First thing I do is abolish the Federal Reserve.
Okay.
Get rid of the income tax.
That's
Okay.
solid.
Okay. Well, I mean, Trump might do that.
And-
Trump and his band of Zionists might.
You think so?
They're literally talking about
and
it.
I
Wild.
probably have to get rid of some Jews. Like, not all of them. I mean, you know, when the crystal melt happens,
see.
Danny, you can stick around.
Can I stay?
You know? What was that?
I can stay.
Yeah, you can say when the crystal melt happens, like, they could call me.
Barry's
and they
out
could-
though,
they
right?
could-
Barry's
I'll
gone
tell
though, right?
You get to stay.
Does Barry get to
So,
stay?
that- Oh, dude, I don't see any problems with comedians, dude.
What about
They're not-
Sandler?
What about Michael Rappaport? Can we get rid of that
Yeah,
fucking
can we get
guy?
rid of Michael Rappaport?
you can
Jesus
take him.
Christ.
We could send that guy out of here. We can get rid of him.
And okay.
If every Jew was like Rappaport, I would agree with Hitler.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like him and Brett Gelman.
Oh God, Jesus.
Oh, we got to get rid of Brett Gelman for
He's
sure.
awful.
Yeah. Maybe Seinfeld too after that stupid serial movie.
The
Pop-Tart?
After demolishing him. What
Because of October 7th. Because basically, then he was all of a sudden, he goes, I like October 7th happened. And then he saw the reaction to that. And he goes, you know what? I kind of like this Trump guy. And you're like, you literally, your
he's a
entire identity
scumbag,
was not liking Trump.
That flip-flopping asshole.
Yeah.
Wow. But then,
Well, speaking of movies,
You're a fucking loser.
what's this guy's name again?
Jared. Yeah, go.
Jared Taylor.
No, I like Jared Taylor though.
This isn't the
the
Jared from the
director got
sandwich,
kidnapped.
right?
This is not the Subway Jared. No,
I'm calling. You're accepting a collect call from.
this would be an expensive one. What were you saying
And
about
then
the
on
movies?
top of hating the Jews, I want to fuck kids.
Yeah. What were you saying about the movies? Go ahead.
I was saying you hear about the director for the Oscar movie from Palestine that got kidnapped and like snatched up by the IDF.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, in Gaza or something. Is that where he lives?
Yeah, well, they said he was like throwing rocks, you know.
Yeah.
Always the
He was
rocks.
up to no good throwing rocks.
You know what I've always wondered with the amount of rock throwing that goes on in Gaza. There must be like you'd think like
A star quarterback would
Major
come out of
League
there?
Baseball would have some scouts down there like they have in the Dominican.
You would think-
you
I
think there's some
guarantee you.
dude who just has a fucking cannon for an
sure.
arm, like literally
No pun intended.
no. They had a cannon for a real cannon for an arm. They'd kind of take care of that, but a figurative cannon for an arm. You think
Instead of aiming for the,
Oh my God.
instead of aiming for the catcher, he just throws it at a woman.
you think there's some kid in Gaza who has like
What if-
102 mile an hour fastball?
What if that's all it takes to end all that horse shit going on? You just send an MLB scout down there, and you got some dude throwing rocks like a curveball with a fucking with a rock that's got a flat surface, and somehow that baby still curves perfectly.
Yeah.
That's how you'll end.
Yeah,
all
literally
Gaza,
the Yankees scout him, and they're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like he comes in, his like theme song is like as he comes from the bullpen.
I heard you hit the
Say one
tank
thing,
at
guys.
10 miles per hour.
Guy dented an armored tank.
Heard you threw it right through the cannon hole.
What if he could only throw a rock, but he can't throw a baseball?
You can figure it out.
Yeah.
But that's
we
why
can figure it out.
Dominicans are so good at baseball. They learn with rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's actually how they learn. I'm not even going for a yuck there.
Yeah.
You guys are well informed here.
I know.
I feel really like a C.
Are you going to go
student.
home and read the protocols of the elders of Zion?
I'm going to read the whole list that he mentioned.
How long is each of those
wrote it
I'm a
books, by the way?
self-hating Jew now.
Yeah.
One of them's a coloring book.
Don't be calling a color. It's a black man, not a color. You don't call him.
All right, Jared. Anything else, man? We've been going. This has been a 22-minute phone call,
I
Jared.
just wanted to well, thanks, buddy. But before I go,
Yes.
in terms of the Palestinian baseball player in the MLB, we all know if the man makes it, there'll be plenty of angels in that outfield.
Good shit. All right, thanks, Jared. Jared, everybody.
But my whole point, like with that guy, was it's like, look, I don't agree with what he's saying, but my
I
point,
do.
But my point is like, how many books do you have to read to prove your own point?
All of them. You got to read them all. You have to read every one of them.
You got to follow the law, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's take another call here. This has been a fun time.
It has been.
Have
I've been having a lot of
My
time.
ass actually doesn't hurt that bad. Hello.
It went numb.
Wait,
Mine did.
Wait till later.
Hello. Hey, what's up? You're on the Bathhouse.
Hey, how's it going? Big
What-
fan, Danny. Appreciate the work that you do.
Thank you.
So I'm a seminary student, not too much of a comedian, to be honest. But
Okay.
all the Jew talk, I feel like I could maybe chime in.
Sure. Let's hear it. What religion?
In a different way.
What religion are you representing?
I'm Protestant Christian.
Okay.
Oh.
So I would say that we are supposed to not, obviously, I mean, I think this is kind of like a so obvious and not funny at all, but we're not supposed to boast against the Jewish people. Because, for example, Jesus was Jewish.
I've heard.
All the 12 apostles were Jewish.
Rumor.
Most of the early church was Jewish.
Yeah.
And so what the thing is, the reason why I think they're in such a tiff is because they're seeing, like, you know, like there will be these people, like these Nick Fuentes people, who will be portraying the Jewish people as like, oh, well, you see, this Jewish guy, he introduced this kind of film into America, or et cetera, et cetera.
Blazing
Not
Saddles.
pointing to all the things the Gentiles have done.
No.
Yeah, like everything.
I mean, my
always like to say,
favorite-
like, everything that Jewish.
Yeah. My favorite thing on the internet is they're like, they'll be like Jews or pedophiles. You're like, you ever heard of the Catholic Church?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fuck a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like literally the number one.
At work, too.
The number one
Fuckers, yeah.
child trafficking organization
Yeah.
of all time.
And you don't even get in
At
trouble
scale.
for it. You get
Yeah.
a bigger house in Rome
Yeah.
after you fuck a kid.
Yeah.
That's like your reward.
But yeah, continue.
Exactly. Oh, so, like, I mean, I am grateful that I get the chance to say this, because I feel like there's so much of this
He's been
conversation
dying
going
to
on.
say
but-
this at fucking work for fucking years, and now he gets the chance. Go
At
ahead.
seminary job
Yeah.
school.
Maybe, but
He works at a
you know,
bank.
because in like
He's at the
like,
copy machine fucking Jews.
basically,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I got you. No, I love the Jewish people. Like, I'm from like North Jersey, New York City area. Like, I actually meet Jewish people, and like a lot of these people calling in who've probably met like one Jewish
Talks
person.
about
in their
Jewish
life.
people like pit bulls.
You know.
Like I actually met them. I actually rescued one the other day.
Yeah,
you
his
know?
name was Mr. Smuckers.
I grew
I
up.
don't trust.
I grew up
I don't
with-
trust him around my
Yeah.
kid.
Who rescued who?
They're not
Go ahead.
violent, right?
But yeah, I mean-
They're
They don't
misunderstood.
bite. They
You can
don't
leave him
bite.
around a baby.
Yeah. So you like the Jews? Is
Well,
what
I
you're
would-
saying?
Yes, but like.
But
The thing that I hope
What's
that,
the
like,
rider to this?
The Christians that are calling in,
Yeah.
the Christians that are calling in that are like, oh, the Jews this, the Jews that, they should read Romans 11, where we're called not to do that. Because
So you're
they were
calling them
first,
kind of
right?
fake
They had the Old
Christian. You're saying Jared's a bit of a fake Christian.
they're not fake, not necessarily, but they're misunderstood because. Like, to be fair, Romans is a very hard book to understand. It takes a lot of careful
Oh, so
study.
what
but
you're saying
you'll
is Jared's
see
too stupid to understand to not like the Jews.
yeah.
He's not gonna, Jared's not going to
No,
like
I
that.
think if he reads
Can we get them
Romans
on
9 through
together?
11, those chapters,
Yeah, I don't think he's
That
gonna
would
have
be a
time to
trip,
read
but,
those books when he's got 17 other
pretty
anti-Jewish
serious
books.
list.
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's too busy.
He's
He's
got
got a
his
whole
plate.
bookshelf of, you know.
Maybe he doesn't even read. He can't read.
No, he's a voracious reader.
Voracious.
Yeah. He's got a
Well, I
voracious
could give him
appetite.
I could give him the Cliff Notes. It's
I doubt
basically
he'll
the Cliff
read them.
Notes is basically that.
Cliff Notes was created by Jews.
Yeah, the Cliff,
Short
Notes,
stories.
the Cliff Notes are literally
Yeah.
a tool of the Jews. yeah. It's
Yeah, I
Cliff,
got
Cliff
you.
is actually short for Cliffstein. He changed his name when he tried to make it in the book business.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to like get into a whole theological discussion on here, and it's a comedy podcast.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, let's get it. I mean,
Did you
it's-
not just hear the last 22 minutes? Where the fuck were you?
I
Yeah,
mean, we're
dude.
having a good time. I hope people are entertained.
No, I heard the whole thing. I heard
But so
the last
what's
call,
the
but
what's the
basically it's
what's
like,
the short of Romans 9 to 11? What's the kind of
that they did 9/11.
what's the short?
basically that God has not forgotten the Jewish people. He has not forgotten them. There's been a partial hardening that has happened, and you know,
Seem
Jesus
to
was
forget
crucified by the Jewish
1935.
people and the Romans.
Yeah.
But like, think about it this way: like, if Jesus wasn't crucified, the Gentiles who are calling in, they wouldn't have a savior. So
Yeah.
they're getting mad.
Oh, this
about
is kind
the
of like
hardening that has
what the
happened to
Americans
Israel.
say to the French, where it's like, if it wasn't for us, you guys would be speaking German.
That's
Yeah.
right. Take your fucking statue back too,
It's
asshole.
like
We don't
kind
need
of
it.
Christian. Because if it wasn't for Jesus, you guys would all be speaking Hebrew or some shit.
Which is kind of.
And so, like, do you guys own
Yeah.
dogs?
I own a dog. Yes, it's the.
So, like, do you?
Uh-oh. Here we
Okay,
go.
so like I have 2 dogs, and if I want one dog to come inside, all I have to do is call the other dog, and they get jealous.
Yeah.
So the idea, basically, that's being said in Romans 11, and I'll shut up I'll be done right after this. Is
Yeah.
that basically the Jews and the Gentiles are like 2 dogs that God owns. It's not worded that way in Romans, but I'm using that as a metaphor.
Interesting.
And the Jews and the Gentiles were always screwing off, to be honest. I don't know where we get our our pride from. We were always doing terrible things the whole time. But yeah, so the Jewish people, they had a hardening of their heart. Not every single Jewish person, obviously, but some Jewish people had a hardening of their heart. They crucified Jesus. But the Gentiles had grace shed on them. That's like calling in the Gentiles into the house. The Jews see that, the other dog, and they get jealous, and they want their God back again. That's the idea. So it's actually really amazing.
Interesting.
But there's all these anti-Semites who just want to fight people. I think it's sad.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
And there's an argument from the other side.
God bless.
This is a
There you go.
balanced podcast.
God bless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy had 22 minutes.
Darius,
He had 5.
do you have a heart?
He had a lot less to say though.
How hard's your heart?
I love all good people.
Yeah.
Except who are the bad ones?
Who are the bad ones? List them. Dylan says, neighborhood has been on lockdown all day because of a carjacking. Helicopter has been circling my house. Just caught him. He's 11, surprisingly not Jewish. All right.
Where the hell is that?
Dylan says, sorry, I just can't handle pro-Semitism, end call. We don't do that anymore, unfortunately. I got rid of that.
He said that
picture.
about this episode?
Yeah, he didn't like the pro-Semitism.
Oh, okay.
Literally one of my favorite memes that exists in the world, by far, is the Bill Lumberg meme where he says, wouldn't say I'm pro-Semite.
I don't remember Lumberg. Like the only meme from that I can remember. If you could do this, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, it's that meme, but then someone's basically just saying, I wouldn't say I'm pro-Semite.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm missing work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's Peter. That's
Rick
not
Sanchez
Lumberg.
says, deport Brett Gelman. I mean, he has a dual nationality, pretty sure. Sammy says, Danny, look up some of the books the Nazis burned. Brookings Brown, research Doug, you already got the look. I don't know what that means.
Of a Nazi?
Sean from Pittsburgh says, shout out Danny, shout out to all the dogs. I agree,
Is that
shout
what
out
he
to all the
meant?
dogs. Oh, yeah, you look like a skinhead.
Oh, I see.
I mean, that is the funny because you
Yeah.
are like this Italian Goomba when you
That's
open
true.
your mouth, but you do
Yeah.
look like a fucking
Yeah,
Eastern
yeah.
European fucking
Yeah.
foot soldier.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I look like I have that lightning bolts tattooed on the side of my head.
Yeah.
You look
The
like
headphones are
You look
covering
like
it.
Ed Norton's stunt double.
Yeah. Except less attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Well,
more fat.
phone lines are open. We'll take a couple more calls if people want to call. Oh, we just missed a call from Ireland.
Oh,
We
fuck.
did?
From
Son
our
of
good
a
friend.
First time I
Mitch.
ever got drunk was in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, on St. Patty's
Well,
Day.
that seems to
You
be
went to
the place
Ireland
do
for
it.
St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, I was in the high school marching band, and we snuck off and we got a little wasted.
Nice. Yeah.
Tell that Irish guy to call back in. I got a few
James from
questions.
Ireland, we have some questions for you if you want to call back in. Otherwise, I guess we're going to wrap this up.
What an
if people wanna
interesting
call.
podcast this was. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this
I always
was
love
awesome.
this podcast.
I know,
It's
we
always
learn
random shit.
things.
It's great.
And guys, if you want to support the show, you can do so. Patreon.com/low value mail, MAIL. And we're gonna do the spin. But I forgot to mention that because we had all the technical issues. But one of the super chatters is going to win a 6-month Patreon membership, and then once I hit 500 paid subscribers, which we're not super far away from,
Yeah.
I'm going to give one of those 500 people $500.
That's pretty
Wow.
I know.
How do I enter?
good.
Sign up. Patreon.com/low
I will
value
do
mail,
that.
MAIL.
Let's do it.
$5 a month.
Yeah.
You get all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to be in there.
Yeah,
I need
you got-
$500 badly.
Yo,
How bad?
What if I split it with you? Could we rig the contest?
yeah, this could very well be a
No.
kickback situation.
No, there will be no kickbacks. Someone's going to win it fair and square. Hello, James from Ireland. How you doing?
What's up, baby boy?
Top of the morning to you, Daddy boy.
God. You know,
No, I'm not talking like that.
Thank God. How you doing, James?
Mumford and Son.
Grant, just wanted to call in about the Jews.
Yep. It's been the topic du jour for the last. I mean, I will say, like I said this before, months. I have this fucking the sketch.
How
I
many
ma-
famous comedians come in here and just see us talking about Jews?
Yeah, Tim Dillon was just over here, and he's just like, I have a career. But this sketch I made, the guy who researches how many Jews are in things, literally every time I repost it, it just goes viral. It's so
Oh my God.
because the Jews have just been such a dominant topic for the last 2 years. Like I posted it on Instagram yesterday, it's like 500,000 views.
Wow.
Holy
It's crazy.
shit.
Like every single time I post it.
What is it exactly?
It's just like these people. It's based off of this guy, Leather Apron Club, who shout out to Leather Apron Club. If you're watching, come on, Low Value Mail. I want to talk to you. And it's not, if ever, he knows it's not a gotcha. I don't know why he won't come on. But this guy is like, he just put out a website. It's called socialsentinel.net.
Okay.
I think it's .net. and I was talking about this on the Patreon show last week, but it's a database of over currently 1 million people, celebrities essentially, and it says whether or not like what their ethnicity is, and then it's like you can basically pick podcasts. And like you could pick like I think right now there's like 20 podcasts, and there's a pie graph, and it shows the exact breakdown of ethnicity by guest. So all the guests' ethnicity. So it'll say like this is how many Jews have been on Joe Rogan. This is how many Middle Easterners. I mean, it's mostly the point of it is to like just. Highlight Jewish overrepresentation.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is they're overrepresented in everything. He has for sports, he has strongmen. Even the Jews are overrepresented in strongmen. Can you believe that, Barry Ribs?
Wait, what?
Is that true?
And they've taken over the NBA too,
Yeah,
right?
that is not true. No. Ownership of the NBA, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not
I think there's a lot of black Jews playing on the hardwood.
Well, they did get mad about Kyrie.
I don't know if they count Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, because if they did, there probably would be overrepresented there too. Although there are some good Jewish basketball players.
Like who?
Denny Avdija.
Who's he play for?
I don't remember. He used to be on the Wizards. I think he got traded, though. I don't know who he's on now. But there's some. Anyways, what's up there, James? What do you want to add about the Jewish question?
Honestly, nothing really. I'm kind of neutral on the issue.
Oh.
Neutral. That's
So do you
like
guys actually
Switzerland?
piss on the Blarney Stone at night?
No. What are you talking about?
I always heard that when
Never
tourists
heard
kiss
that.
that thing that all the local Irish kids piss on that at night. Is that not true?
That actually.
I mean,
is
sure, but
pretty
I don't
funny.
live anywhere near the Blarney Stone. So
Oh no, I'm not
I don't
saying
know.
you do.
That means I kissed some guy's piss.
Probably, yeah.
I got
Wow.
a different question.
yeah, go ahead there, Barry Ribs.
Is
I think they clean it.
Conor McGregor going to be your president?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, that's a
Does he have
wonderful
any
question.
chance?
No way. Not with the rape charges.
Let's never stop
In the
anybody.
news, and this is, you know, when they say like, oh, there's like allegations against somebody, and it's hard to know if they're true or not.
Yeah.
Right.
As an Irish guy, let me just say, Conor McGregor, it is 100% true. No doubt, he absolutely did everything and way more.
Mm-hmm.
He raped a girl so violently she had to get her tampon surgically removed.
Yeah.
He beat the shit out of a
He
55-year-old
kept the
waitress
tampon in?
who old enough to be my mom. Knocked out her teeth just for like insulting her. There was like witnesses, but then the car got burned down. He's like a fucking crackhead. He doesn't have a fucking chance in hell. It's a grift to get money from like Americans.
That's what it seems like because it's hard.
The guy doesn't have enough money?
He's rich
must
as
have,
fuck.
Yeah, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Every
He
time I
also pisses it away like fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's the code.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I had Jason
Yeah, no,
Burmis, who this guy, he's like a journalist. He made that like famous loose change.
Oh yeah,
You know that
I
the
remember
9/11 that was like
Yeah.
super viral before anything was viral.
Yeah.
And he came on my show and he was like, I was like, "Do you have anything else you want to add before the end of the show?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Conor McGregor is a rapist," and like it was like we hadn't talked about that at all. He's like, "Conor
No.
McGregor is like a violent rapist."
What
And then-
year was this?
This was last year or something, maybe a year and a half ago. And then the next day or 2 days later, some huge new allegation. There was like Conor McGregor raped some girl at the Miami Heat game.
Yeah.
Like for the NBA.
Now, I have trouble dismissing a bunch of people saying that this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so-
I've heard stories about shit he's done. There
So-
might be even some connections to some organized crime. Like, he's not a good person. Not a chance in hell.
So what would be a story that maybe we didn't hear that you did hear?
Exactly.
Well, the one where he beat the shit out of a 55-year-old waitress and knocked her fucking teeth out.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
What-
that
what-
one I heard, but
what-
like,
what
what's
did
like
she do?
What did she do? What'd she do to deserve it, James?
The eggs were over easy.
Yeah.
He asked for scrambled.
I said poached.
No, I think if it's doing coke and she was like, "What are you doing?" And then he just got madder.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's cocaine
And
behavior.
also the one where he lit a also like there was another like allegation like, of rape, and then he lit the witness's car on fire allegedly.
Like he personally, or
He
one of
got-
his
he
boys?
got it. Yeah, I got one of his boys.
Okay.
Like no one caught him. He might have some connections to the Kinahan organized crime group,
I've
like
heard that. Yeah.
Irish mob, basically. Yeah, they're doing what? Like they're really into boxing. Like they're they're like the biggest crime group in like UFC boxing. It's all like run by like the Irish mob, basically.
And they're also big coke
fucking, like,
distributors.
Largest in Europe.
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
fact.
Wow.
Like,
I mean, it is
Yeah,
crazy
they're
how
all-
many people do coke in Ireland.
Oh yeah,
It is.
goes well with
Yeah.
drinking though.
They're all operating out of
definitely.
Saudi Arabia now. Like they all got a weird deal with Saudi Arabia, so they're all operating out of there now.
Well, Saudi Arabia, you know what
one of
it's
them-
used for a lot for organized crime? Cars. They have a giant stolen car operation in
Really?
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the biggest import-export of stolen vehicles is Saudi Arabia, and I think number 2 is Russia. They're 1 and 2.
There
It's
was a
1-1.
thing there was like a crazy, like in the last few years in Canada, where car thefts were way up, and then
Yeah.
this one guy, they were like tracking them because this guy had like an air tag in one, and then eventually, like, because air tags only show your location once they come near an iPhone. So like if they're not near an iPhone, they just go dark or whatever, and they were all getting sent to like Africa.
Wow.
Africa was a big one, yeah.
Wild. So Africans are driving the stolen cars?
No, they probably just like resell them to
Shipping them, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that market around
Gotcha.
there. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else you want to add there,
I
James?
got one last
yes,
thing to say.
please.
I was just listening to a like to your like the interview thing a couple of weeks ago, and it was been talking about just like how the Jews were like sacrificing babies or some bullshit. And I just wanted to say, like, the Irish used to be huge into human sacrifice, and no one's giving us any shit. Like, we
Really?
just completely avoided it.
What were you?
Yeah.
Who were you
But
sacrificing
I think-
to?
Well, like, you know, the Crom Dove, the Crooked One, the Dullahan, like
Just a bunch
we
of
were,
Celtic,
you
like-
sacrificed.
Old
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, if you go
But-
back far enough in history,
here's-
I'm pretty sure everybody was sacrificing kids.
That's
Yeah,
true.
probably.
Yeah.
Times were tough. You
Yeah.
yeah. Food.
I mean, it hadn't rained in a week.
Actually, here's a fun fact.
You can't have the
And I
potatoes go
think
rotten again, or else
they
we're
already-
fucked.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a fun fact because it's just deeply fucking weird. But as a fun fact, it wasn't kids who got sacrificed. Do you know which guy got sacrificed?
Who?
The king.
They sacrificed the king?
Wow.
I'm on board with that.
The idea is the king got to do whatever the fuck he wanted, but if he lost a war or the crops failed, well, you got to get the biggest guy. So what you do is you take him, he'd get a bunch of gold, then you would castrate him, cut off his nipples, drill holes in his arms, stick ropes, crucify him, slit his throat, then drown him in the bog.
Why the nipples?
Yeah.
Just kind of weird.
Well, you
Yeah.
mean you can't have
I
you can't
understand
be the
everything
king
else.
if you don't have nipples. Yeah, you can't be the king if you don't have nipples. That's a rule.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, totally.
What about Charles the Nippleless?
Well, then he can't be king. We're the only culture that's like it wasn't like a ceremonial thing. Like that was the king, but the whole point is if you failed a war, you just sacrifice the king.
That honestly
and if the king
seems.
fucked up, he shouldn't have
I mean,
gotten
I
into the
kind of
war.
like that whole buck stops here
Yeah.
mentality, where you go,
Yeah.
yeah, that guy's
That
in
is a
charge
great-
and he
I
fucked
bet
up.
you there would be more world peace if that happened now.
Oh, for
100%,
sure.
dude.
If you
No one
killed
would-
their fucking leader after they lost the
If that
war,
was the
Yeah, dude.
stakes, if you're the president or whatever, prime minister of a nation, and
there would
Imagine
be no
seeing-
those
war
are the
ever.
stakes.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing George Bush just get fucking tortured on fucking news.
They took his
LBJ,
nipples.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, thank you, James. Appreciate it. Good talking to you, man.
His nipples.
No problem. And it's it.
What do they do with
James
them?
from Ireland. We got some more super chat. Patrick Riley says, "Give me another 6 months." Iron Metal Bill says, "Hebrews run the earthworm industry in Vermont." Love for earthworm. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna take one last call here.
All right.
This is from my home country of Canada.
Okay.
Hello, last call of the night. Who are we speaking with?
Hello?
Okay.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello. Are you there?
Barry? Yeah, Barry. You
Ba-
look like a fruit.
Thank you.
That's what he called to
Hang
do.
up on me.
What's that? Was that it?
Let the man hang up on me. He's been talking about hanging up all the.
You want to hang up on him, Barry? No, I'm just
No,
gonna.
no.
We're gonna take because we have one. We're gonna take this caller actually because this is Chris from Dallas.
Okay.
I thought you wanted your
This
country.
guy right here.
Well, he was. He's not my countryman anymore.
Gotcha.
Fun being the 51st state. Hello, Chris.
Howdy, gang. Good evening.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm hanging in there. I'm doing all right. I'm enjoying the Bathhouse with Danny Polishchuk.
Thank you.
And yeah, I particularly enjoyed the caller from 2 calls ago who reassured us that the Catholic Church is a massive pedophile ring. Jews were not responsible for killing Jesus, but if they were, Christians should be thankful for that happening. And then in the caller's word,
You're welcome.
Gentiles have been up to no good forever now.
Yeah, those Gentiles are up to no good. I don't trust them.
Crazy bastard.
That's why us Jews are trying to genocide them. I mean, we're not trying to genocide them.
What's that? What's that?
Just what the hell was that about?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of op was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good point.
Yeah, that was wild. That was a trip.
It is funny, actually, Jared, when I was asking him about the Christian stuff, and because he said that he's Christian, and then like when he was, I was like, yeah, but there's all these other NGOs that are like bringing in people, and he said like all these other ones that weren't Christian. He's like, yeah, the Episcopalians and the
Are they not Christians?
Well, they're like, they all separate themselves.
Yeah.
He's just like not but
Protestants,
Jared's definitely like, oh, not my brand. We're not doing that.
What was he, by the way? Did he say?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He said he was Christian.
Oh.
Whatever the ones that aren't doing the Jew malarkey.
Oh, I
those
see.
ones. Yeah. Anyway, so how are things, Chris? You had a good question last night on Low Valley Mail. I was.
Oh, did you think so?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed last night's episode with Nick Bryant.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite authors, and you had made a comment as you were wrapping up the call with him that resonated with me. In fact, I'm pretty sure I echoed basically the same sentiment you said, which was like, there's a time before you read that book and a time after you read that book, and it's impossible to like absorb that information and to not let it affect your overall worldview. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I mean it's
so fucking crazy.
You can never trust the government.
What book is this?
The Franklin Scandal by Nick Bryan. It's basically about this like government-funded like pedophile ring that was like literally like it was.
Yeah, I think I heard a Matt and Shane episode.
Yeah. Nick Bryan was on Matt and Shane's. Yeah, he's been on Matt and Shane. It's fucking crazy.
I have
How long of a book
list
is it?
of books that I got from this podcast tonight. My God.
Yeah. You're reading.
Most of them by
with
one
Mein
guy.
Kampf.
I'm going to be sitting on the toilet a lot.
Yeah. Latter-day Saint. Jared's saying he's a Latter-day Saint. LDS.
Fuck, he's a Mormon? Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm guessing he's joking about that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they refer to themselves as Christian. All right, Chris. Do you anything you want to talk about? Barry, you got to go?
No, I got to put my sweat.
Getting a little chilly?
You broke up just a little bit there, Danny. What was that you said?
I was just wondering if this is what you want to talk about.
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot in particular that I had been planning on speaking about tonight. In fact, I was that's incorrect. I was going to ask you about.
He sounds like Steve from Yellowstone.
I was planning on asking you about this most recent upload from that based autist, the leather apron club guy.
Yeah, I watched it. I messaged him. I really want him to come on Low Value Mail. I'm worried that he thinks it's going to be a gotcha episode, but I'm like, I let Jared talk for 20 minutes. I'm like, I just want to talk to him. I think it'd be an interesting interview him.
What is this guy do?
He's the guy who made that website, the Jew Tracker website, with like 1 million. SocialSentinel.net. Use my referral code, guys. Danny88.
Is that your number on the site?
88's a nice little fucking slide in there.
You said that you covered it in like a Patreon episode.
On the Low Value Mail Patreon episode, I talked about it for like probably 15 minutes.
Yeah. So I missed that. So I wasn't sure whether or not you'd seen that video yet. I just had to mention it to somebody because it was so crazy, dude.
Well, because of my sketch that I made about him, and if you look me up, I'm on the website, and he references the sketch I made. He goes, "I'm the inspiration for Danny's sketch," basically. But yeah, no. Like I had it sent to me like by so many people. So it was hard not to, and I am truly fascinated by it. It is funny. Like he's like, this guy is so, like I said, I'm like, if this guy used his powers of autism for something like more, and I'm sure he's like, this is the most productive thing I could be doing with my time. But like, there's 1 million entries. Like some of it's web scraping. This must have taken him like 6 months, a year of like probably a full-time job
How
all
do you
day.
do that though? You have to listen to every fucking podcast.
No. You don't listen to the podcast. You just go through. Like he has to go
the
through
names?
every episode of Joe Rogan, type out every name, and then go
Wow.
research every person.
Dude, that is a
And he
lot.
has to confirm that they are in fact Jewish. So sometimes it'll be like, he goes off of one parent. So then he has to go like find the parents.
Wow.
Like it's crazy.
He's doing his own like fucking 23andMe.
Kind of.
just
Yeah.
based off of Judaism.
Kind
Holy
of.
shit, dude.
Precisely.
It's mental what he's
Wow.
doing. But I mean, you know, some people think he's doing a service to the world, and
That's
He
fucking
is.
nuts.
yeah.
man.
Just so now you know that Barry Weiss's podcast has a lot of Jews on it.
Yeah, really? Wow. Who would have ever thought?
Mossad agent Barry Weiss.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure. Danny, you of course, obviously. I mean, it's largely what that sketch is about. But you guys have all seen like those infographics of like the NBC News staff with
So
the Star of
one
David.
of the
emblazoned.
features of Social Sentinel is
Right.
that you can generate one of those infographics, like a handy infographic with
Really?
Star of David's over top of every Jewish person's face.
That
so
rules.
you could literally go on the Joe Rogan podcast and click a button, and it'll generate every Jew who's been
Jamie,
on there.
pull this up.
Literally, or like any
Wow.
pot, and it'll like generate it so that you can go like post it online and stuff. And they have
That is some
and they have
wild
like a
shit.
Jew counter leaderboard. So like for the contribute, like if you you look like you have no idea what's going on there. You're like, what the fuck is this? But
I'm learning a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
shit.
this is very-
I'm
Can
learning
you-
a lot
Can you
of shit.
bet? Can you bet
I didn't
on it?
realize
you
Doug,
can't bet. No,
I didn't realize Doug knows a lot of shit.
Doug's
Oh,
very
yeah, I'm not
learned.
completely retarded.
He just looks like a fucking.
What about
It
me?
sounds-
What's your impression of me?
looks and sounds like an asshole.
Next time you're here, I'll give you.
TBD?
He's
Okay.
31. He looks like a teenager.
Yeah, he looks like a
He
Beavis.
does, yeah, he looks.
Have you been molested in your youth?
In my youth?
Yeah.
No, but I got molested.
right?
I got molested like 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Late in life, molestation.
Yeah, no,
Guy on the subway?
no, it was a guy that told me he was hiring me for an internship.
Shut the fuck up! He called you Beavis. What the?
And millions of people have called me fucking Beavis, dude. If anything, you stole that joke from Bro Vidani.
I've never stolen a joke from Bro
Oh
Vidani.
my god!
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So this guy,
Am I triggering you at all?
no, not at all. I've talked
How'd
about
you get
this.
molested by a?
So I was really broke in Toronto and an alcoholic, and this guy, I posted just on fucking Craigslist or Kijiji as they have
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Canada, looking for work. I have demo experience. I have some construction, and this guy offered me an internship as a massage therapist.
Oh my god!
And he said it was $50 an hour. I'm like, that sounds fucking tight. He's like, all right, just send me a picture. And I did. And then he invited me to this
my God.
fucking, what's it called? Holiday Inn in Mississauga. And
Sorry, I'm laughing.
I was a little bit suspicious. So I kept a corkscrew on me, and I get greeted at the door. It's this guy that looks like fucking current Robert Plant. Like he looks
Okay,
like, yeah. And he
Who is a pedophile? Yeah.
Oh, he is? Oh, yeah,
Robert
he is.
Plant, yeah.
I thought that was just Jimmy Page.
No, Robert Plant too.
Interesting.
What?
Yeah,
So-
they were all fucking. Young
Oh yeah, I
kids.
guess they were fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he tells me how he wants to be. Or he shows it on me. Like he massages me first,
Sick.
Oh
and
my
it was solid.
god!
It was a really good massage. And then
yeah, he's
he
had
has
a lot
me.
of experience.
And then he had me do it on him, and then he flipped over, and he had me massage his chest, and he told me to like do circles around his nipples, and I was like, oh, okay, and I just did it. And then he's like, for an extra 10, can I jerk off under the towel? And I was like, for a 10, no. And then he just went to the bathroom and jerked himself off, and then told me he knew Mark Breslin.
The Mark Breslin's the owner of the Yuck Yucks comedy chain.
And he
That's
offered to
fucking great.
Which is that is how you get a comedian,
Yeah.
like a new comedian to do some wild ass shit.
He'd get you into the cellar if you let me jerk off on
Get
your
you into
face.
Yuck Yucks.
yeah.
Ashua.
And that day, I remember I was like, I'm not going to drink for a while. I took the 50 and immediately went to the LCBO and just fucking, it was like that scene in Flight. just
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, but you didn't get touched really? Besides
he got
the massage?
massaged.
Yeah, I got massaged, but that was fine. But I was
So
like,
you didn't really get molested.
Yeah. it's
well,
not-
You just touched the guy's nipples for $50.
you
Yeah.
didn't get an oiled up thumb up your ass. Nothing like that.
yeah, no, I
Alright.
wasn't that lucky.
I can't believe he tried to fucking kind of only offer another 10.
I know.
For the
What a
cranking.
cheap fuck. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
I
God.
Well, it must work too. That guy must be fucking.
He's probably a Jew, right, Doug?
Fuck, I was just about
Doug
to.
there.
I was just about to
what'd I
say
do?
it.
What did Doug do? All right, Chris. We gotta go. We gotta wrap this up. But good talking to you, man. We'll talk soon. Chris, everybody.
Yeah, I wasn't quite able to get to what it is I was hoping to discuss, but I'll call in some other time. Have a good night, y'all.
Later, man. Oh, we didn't hear from Rubestar either. I saw him call earlier, but
Yeah, we didn't
we
get
were
to him.
talking to Jared. All right, that's been the show. We gotta
Yeah.
get out of here. Guys, what's that? Yeah, spin the wheel. We're gonna spin the wheel and give away a 6-month Patreon.com membership to one of you guys. Where can people find you?
We have a sound effect.
Start with Barry Ribs here.
Please follow me on Instagram, Barry_Ribs.
There you go.
All right, James Thomison comedy Thomison comedy _ on Instagram, and
There's
yeah,
someone who has James Thomison comedy.
I don't maybe.
I mean, I hope you didn't just throw an underscore on there.
I think I might have honestly,
Go get James Thomison comedy.
and lose all my followers.
No, you can change your username without nothing changes.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can change your username in anything you want.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can change it to James T Comedy.
Actually, what the hell am I thinking? Of course you can do that. I was Schlaim Schlamison for like 5 years.
Yeah, go change your username. Why do you have it under? There cannot be another James Thomison comedy.
I'm gonna do that today.
Yeah, go do that right now. So then don't follow him at James Thomison comedy _ because it's going to be
He's
something
going to
different.
change it in about 5 seconds.
Yeah. Doug,
You can follow me on Instagram at the Doug Uram. And
How do you spell Uram?
yeah. thanks,
URAM.
Doug.
I put it
URAM.
out below so people can find it. Johnny, how we looking?
Goddamn.
Spinning the wheel. And if you win, contact me and I'll hook you up. And if you already have a Patreon.com membership, just message me and I'll have a way to extend it. 6 months. How's it looking there, Johnny? Poison 1553. Shout out. You are the victor. All right. That has been the Bathhouse for this week. We'll be back next week. Shout out to our lovely producer, Johnny Glover, the Southern Lover. The South shall rise again. Thank you to The Stand for having us as always. That has been the show. What a fun show, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Shout out to this Menorah for
Bringing us luck.
for really fucking us over at the beginning.
The Jews.
All right, that's been the show. Support the show. Patreon.com/low-value-mail, MAIL. We will see you next week. Have a lovely night.
Really a poet, you know it, all my shit heroic. Empathic abilities, yeah, my face be also stoic. Bleep, blow up, nigga, that just means I'm working. They see me as a leader, so that's why I'm Captain Kirkin. These tracks from the stars, that much is for certain. You can fit his hit if you up or if you hurtin'. I'm raising my stock, not talking my feet in some Birkin. Number Johnny 5, got a fucking short circuit. Bring the track to life when I spit phenomenal. When I hit, she feel that shit in her abdominals. These rappers make me laugh like comic view, they comic through. You know I got a ball out, I hit the track running just like Sonic do. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, they was trying to get me on my hype shit. Yeah, they don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, and they tried to down me up some KO type shit. Yeah, they don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, now we pulling up fresh